I already know this ain't gonna work, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. It's probably gonna run like shit, but I gotta try. Remember what I did before? I got a separate window open and I made it to where I could see the comments. Because if I try to run YouTube on my phone while using the hotspot, it's just gonna fucking shit the bed. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. And is this gonna run worth the shit? Okay. Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie doodle. Come on out. Oh, fuck off. Speaking of which, fuck off. We get it. We get it. Where's the side scroll bar thingy? Oh, for fuck's sake. This ain't acting right. I just want to zoom in on the comments. Michael just texted me, I think. Alright. We'll be here, but not having a lot of success trying to stream. Hey guys, how's it going? God damn it. What, I can't go to full screen and have the fucking... Oh, Jesus. Well, basically you're just not going to be able to see shit on the leaderboard. So what I might as well do is make the leaderboard slightly bigger and hopefully we can at least just see the top 10. Hold on. And I can't... one moment. My internet is acting up. I don't know if it's because of the weather. It's really, really windy here. I have the window open. It's so windy you can probably hear the wind. So I don't know what the fucking deal is, but I'm not happy about it. I'm really not happy. First a comment. Hola. Motherfucker, I'm getting so mad. There we go. Maybe now I can see the fucking comments. You're going to be able to see 8 names on the leaderboard today. But that's the best I can do for you. I don't know how the stream's running. I don't know if it's running worth the shit or not. But... I'm on for now. Charlotte, hello. Welcome. Trying to stream on... My internet's acting horrible today. I think it's the weather. My internet today, I've reset it like 4 times and everything else. So I don't know what's going on. Let's listen to Kurt Busch and Joey Logano in the booth.
You got quite a few. You got a lot of Cup drivers looking to get experience today for tomorrow, but you also have the regulars. Ty Gibbs is probably the one that stands out, right? He's been hot all year long, puts out on the pole again. Hard not to look at him.
Yeah, with Chastain breaking an axle last year, he wants some redemption. Noah Gragson had a tough go in the rain with some damage. There's guys that really want to pounce and try to put their name up as a road course dude and run up front all day.
You talk about Ty Gibbs, it's unbelievable. Only 19 years old.
So I think Ty Gibbs is about to stink up the whole show, boys and girls.
On road courses, he starts on the pole today. We'll go green momentarily. Right now, we're going track.
My money, unfortunately, I took a bet on Noah today.
Austin, Texas.
I'm not happy about it, but I took a bet on Noah.
All right, race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, Pit Boss Grill's Chief Operating Officer Jordan Thiessen and Pit Boss Grill's President
Pit
Jeff
Boss.
Thiessen.
Pit Boss Big House.
Start your engines! Woo!
The stars are out. It's a perfect day for racing at Circuit
Deep
of
in the heart of
Americas.
Texas.
We hit the green when we come back on FS1.
I tried to stream the truck race earlier, but my internet wouldn't work at all for that. I think my stream lasted about a minute, and then it would keep cutting off, and then after a while, it wouldn't let me stream at all, so I just gave up. It was a decent race at the end. It was the typical Kyle Busch Truck Series bore, but hey, the ending sure was funny, wasn't it? I love days where I can have my window open. And I'm going to keep checking OBS. Now it says it ain't running worth the shit. I think the quality of my stream is just going up and down, but I can't see it, so I don't know.
The world made
It's the best I can do, shit.
Deal with it.
There was an outtake on Chappelle's show, and it was like between commercial breaks. He's just talking to the studio audience, and he's like, the producer's telling him, all right, Dave, we're about to come back. We're getting ready to do the thing where we come back for commercial, and you introduce the next part of the show. And he goes, okay. And he's like, well, what if I just said, it's the best I can do, shit. Points at the screen. It's the best I can do, shit. Will you do me a favor and check my stream on your phone and see how it sounds and how it looks? I think it's going up and down because that fucking hotspot's just not good. But it's all I got today because my actual internet will not cooperate. My internet's very bad, Chris. Guys in the chat, please let me know. Because I know it's going to be cutting in and out. I got Dylan. See, like, it sounds normal to me, but I know it's going to be cutting in and out. I've streamed off the hotspot before, and it was bad.
I mean, the quality, like the background of it is like perfect. It's not fuzzy or.
My internet's very bad, Chris.
Daleception.
Please let me know.
Daleception.
Because I know it's going to be cutting in and out. We got Martinsville tickets today. We got that taken care of. It sounds normal to me, but I know it's going to be cutting in and out.
That sounds decent enough. We'll deal with it.
You can only see 8 names on the leaderboard, but I can't see comments if I don't do it like this. Because if I try to get YouTube on my phone while I'm using the hotspot, it's just going to be even worse. So, I just think the weather's fucking with the shit around here. It has to be. It's just windy as hell outside. I've reset my internet like 4 or 5 times. I've restarted my computer. I've cleared my browsing data. It's nothing to do with the computer. It's definitely just the internet. I hate I didn't get to stream the truck race just because of the ending. Because the ending, I was in here laughing my ass off. I wish I was streaming that.
You can call it Circuit of the Americas, or you can simply call it.
Hey, I wonder how that F1 shit in Saudi Arabia is going.
This is one of the best places to go racing, and what a perfect.
I'm proud to be an American.
Weather, 89
Pretty fucking hot.
degrees, and the
89 and bright sunny, and there ain't no damn shade anywhere out there, dude. That'd be miserable. Thank God we go to Circuit of the Americas in the spring. Oh my God, Bubba's in the Xfinity race. Bubba's back.
2311 on Sundays, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing today. 10 years ago is when he made his first ever Xfinity start driving for the coach. It's great to have him back. As you take a look at our Pit Boss starting grid, we hear from driver 18, Bubba.
That's a sexy paint scheme he's got, though. Who won the truck race? Zane Smith. Guess who led the most laps and dominated the race but got it taken from him late? Your favorite driver, Kyle Busch. Bowman was trying to pass Friesen for second with 2 to go, and Friesen chopped him off, and they both went in the corner and hit each other and just wiped out Kyle Busch. And then Zane Smith passed all 3 of them.
Yeah, just coming out here and getting laps. Everybody knows my road course spread, but that isn't the best one. Something to brag about. So the opportunity presented itself. So appreciate Dr. Pepper, JG Garland coming together, making this deal happen, getting me into a nice little Toyota Supra. So I have fun with these boys, learn as much as I can. So I'll learn. I've had fun ever since I made a lap on this track this weekend. So gotta continue that. See if we can get a good finish.
Right on, my man. No, I'm happy that you're out there making laps and make us proud. Bring her on home nice and smooth and straight, and you're out there just for the W. Go for it.
10-4, good Kurt Busch.
I don't know what it is about the Xfinity Series and Bubba Wallace here. He was in the broadcast booth last year. Today, he's behind the wheel. So we have our driver analysts, but we have one more analyst to introduce you to. Joey, I think you should handle that.
I know this guy very well. My spotter, Coleman Presley, he's up somewhere. Coleman, where are you?
Hey, Joey, I'm
Hey, Rut. Oh, wait, it's Coleman Presley.
Spotter stand. Today we're going to use 3 spotters on this 3-mile course. We're going to have our primary guy here in turn 1, watching the restarts, watching them fan out 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide, judging off the Truck Series race. When they go back down the hill into turn 2, we got to get you single.
You guys see Parker Kligerman have that good run in the truck race in the 75? And he's starting 11th in the Xfinity race. Miguel Paludo's in the 88. It's going to be interesting to see if either soft or medium tires are best for avoiding air strikes in Saudi Arabia. I'll have to watch that Formula One race. You don't know what you're going to see. I think somewhere got bombed near there the other day. And I like how F1 was like, yeah, maybe we should cancel the race and go home. And Saudi Arabian government was like, nah, I don't think you will.
I hate to say this, but I think we need a sponsor.
That's pretty good looking, yeah.
Just for a number.
Let's check in now with our pit reporters. We start with Jamie.
Yeah, F1 tried to pull out of Saudi, and the Saudis were like, nah, you can't leave. Why the fuck do people do business in Saudi Arabia when they can just be like, yeah, you can't leave?
Chris at 19, I mean, it's no fluke. This kid is good week in and week out.
When WWE goes there, Sami Zayn can't go because he's Syrian, and they'll fucking kill him if he goes.
He's a gym rat when it comes to racing, and he likes to do simulator. He likes to do a lot of stuff like that, iRacing. But he hadn't had any laps till this weekend.
See, it's windy outside, but it's a bright, sunny day, so my mobile hotspot should be good enough to get me through the fucking Xfinity race.
You know, and then he was so focused on the final round trying to get that pole.
I hope my internet is back to normal tomorrow.
No, I was too focused on my line, doing everything.
And I was not about to waste my data streaming a truck race that Kyle Busch was in, so I set that one out.
Get us in victory lane with Interstate Batteries, Cameron.
All right, Ty Gibbs, 19, first time here at COTA. He's going for win number 3 on the season. Regan.
Well, Jamie, certainly one of the teams that we anticipate challenging.
It's Chris. I'm taking the full call of Kevin Harvick, Ross.
In particular, though, AJ Allmendinger is so good on these road courses. Chris Rice, team president.
He looks like the Joker. Chris Rice looks like the Joker.
Well, that's a good question because it goes throughout the shop. He puts a ton of pressure on us when we start at Daytona. Like Justin Haley does at all the speedways, AJ Allmendinger does it at all the road courses. But
I couldn't even stream on my PS5 today, and I wanted to stream something later.
He's made those guys so much
Oh well.
But he's made us better, which is cool.
We got about 24 hours for my internet to get back to normal before it's a real problem.
I love the pressure because it keeps me smiling. And it keeps him smiling, and it keeps him corralling all these teams and focused on what's going on out here.
You said corralling. We're in Austin.
I expected 15 overtimes in that truck race. When Bowman got to second on the first overtime, and then the caution came out, I said, fuck, because I knew he was screwed then. And he was. But really, I didn't care if Bowman won or not. I just didn't want Kyle Busch to win. So when they all 3 took each other out, I was like, oh, good.
I thought it would be very, very fitting for Alex Bowman to just cleanly drive by Kyle Busch and win.
Yeah. I killed 300 people in an hour last night in Red Dead. We played this game mode called Call to Arms. It's like the survivals in GTA where you just take on wave after wave of enemies. You get to like the last couple of waves in Call to Arms in Red Dead. It gets fucking insane. And I was looking at there's 4 of us on a team together. I had like 300 kills, and the next highest person had like 76. I was fucking shit up. Because they died at the start of round 9, and that was just me, and I had to get us through round 9, and then we all died in round 10, because in round 10 they just send nothing but armored dudes and Gatling guns after you, and there's nowhere to really hide. But I had like 300 kills, and the next person had like 75. I was kicking ass. I gotta remember, I want to watch Raw Monday night because it's the last Raw before WrestleMania. And I'm so not in the habit of watching anything wrestling. So I'm going to have to really remind myself, Monday night, 8 o'clock, I want to watch Raw, see what it's like. I should live react to that. So yeah, let's live react to a current WWE show and see what we think.
God.
I'd be shitting all over it, dude. See, but then I'd want to live react to WrestleMania, but I don't want to do that because my grandpa wants to watch WrestleMania. So I should just stay away from the wrestling live reactions, but doing Raw would be funny. I would just be shitting all over it for 3 hours. And I wouldn't go into it wanting to shit on it. I want to like it, but it's WWE. I'm pretty sure it's just my internet. Let me see what my OBS says. Let's check the little box in the bottom right corner. Oh yeah, it's in the red. If this little box right here is red, that means it's not going well from a connection standpoint. But it fluctuates. It'll go like red, yellow, and then it'll stay green for a while, and then it'll be red. So I don't know. Nobody's here to watch anyway to tell me if anything's fucking wrong except you, Chris. So. Yeah, if I sit through 3 hours of Raw, I deserve that. Maybe after stage 2, I will try my regular internet again, which won't work. I don't know.
He came here for MotoGP in 2014. They had an opportunity to get out on the track. He said, I'll opt for the moped. I'm not going to do the track walk, which I thought was hilarious until I saw him on a skateboard yesterday. And
well, even if you can't hear me, they're coming to the green. It stayed red for the last couple of minutes, this damn shit.
Get tired just walking around and writing down notes. It's not getting tired. It just takes forever to make sure you're really going into detail with how much this track has to offer and how much you can find speed out there when you really get into detail.
I must have broke a lot of rules last night because me and my son Hudson got on a golf cart and just went out there.
Ask forgiveness.
You could literally skip the first hour of Raw because they'll tell you literally everything that happened every 5 fucking minutes. Do you guys see that clip of Kevin Owens? Somebody had a cell phone filming Kevin Owens. It's during a commercial break, and he's waiting for Raw to come back, and he's in the ring, and they're showing shit on the screen, and you hear Kevin Owens say out loud, "Why the fuck are they showing that? It just happened. It just happened." It's like, dude, that's me when I'm watching Raw. I'm glad the talent thinks so, too, because Kevin Owens is just standing in the ring in front of everybody bitching about it. It's like, God damn it, they just fucking showed that.
He had this same car in California, and he's got the band on so we can measure his heart rate throughout the race. It is our forward onboard camera.
Cold Custard.
123 already, just on.
In the 07, Ross got that 92 car on the front row. That 92 car runs like shit every week. So keep an eye on the 07 and 92 and see how good they do today compared to when their other drivers are in them.
There's moments that it's very, very intense, and really the whole race is very intense through certain parts of the racetrack for sure.
Landon Castle here in the 10, also wearing the heart rate monitor. I wonder as he starts in the back. I mean, his rate's got to be higher than Cole Custer's, who's up front, right? I'm guessing, maybe not.
I don't think so. I think you're in the back. You have a
to the rear, Moffitt, Castle, Brandon Jones, Rogers, Sieg, Baluki, Yaley, Brown. Yaley was already back there anyway.
Where you're up front, it's intense right off the back.
Please keep me posted on the quality of my stream because I can't tell because I can't see it. We're streaming under shitty circumstances.
Chastain. You see the race analysis.
46 laps. Sure doesn't seem like much, but that truck race was 42, and it lasted an eternity. I thought he said, suck it up, the Americas.
Turn 1, this is all about. You see cars going 3 wide, 4 wide.
4 wide, right with my pick, Noah Gragson. Gragson shoots through the middle. Noah made a nice move there. Hopefully they didn't hit his left rear. Ooh, damn, Chastain and Ty side by side. Ross Chastain takes the lead in the 92. This is the only time this year that 92 car is going to lead a race, I promise. Custer's third. Alex LeBay's top 5. The initial start is under review. Go ahead and penalize Ross because he passed the 54. He had the audacity to pass the Golden Boy.
When you got a good rhythm going,
You're not allowed to pass Joe Gibbs' grandson and God's favorite race car driver.
But Ty Gibbs, the kid just continues to impress. And then everybody back there, this is it, turn 11.
I love this racetrack. I hope I get to drive it in a video game that's worth a shit one day.
That's what you're talking about. The car at the bottom may have position right here.
But it's in NASCAR 20. I said a video game worth a shit.
Top side have more momentum, and they got, I don't know, how long is this straight? It feels like a mile long. You got a ton
I love that straightaway there.
to try to keep that momentum and get a position into the heavy.
I wouldn't be surprised if in a year or two they change layouts here and run a smaller layout because this is pretty damn big. I'm glad they're running the big layout, but I could see them changing it. Like they've changed Sonoma's layout again back to the other way. So they're reviewing the start of the race.
Here's the start, and being posted here back in the pack is the 28.
Who gives a fuck about somebody in the back getting a start violation? We're cutting away from the action to show you a guy in 30th getting a start penalty.
You're like, see guys checking up. You can't go there. You guys kind of stand
Oh, thank you, Fox.
91, Preston Pardis, great effort in qualifying earlier today.
Josh Berry's got damage. He started 25th, and I can see the right part of the hood is up. Kligerman's getting the seat time this week. What happened to Josh Berry? We don't know because they were showing the 28 car. Chastain leads lap 1. Miguel Paludo in the 88's got big damage on his left front. 88's tore up. 1 lap in, the 8 and the 88 are fucked.
And then sometimes it doesn't. You have to work.
I think the 88's fucked worse than the 8, though, which we don't know because they won't show either of them. Oh, wait, they're showing Josh Berry's deal now.
Down into 12 and lots of cars in one spot.
Oh, the 88 locked up the tires coming out of a corner, and he's the one who crashed into Josh Berry. Josh Berry's car's tore up worse than I thought. How can he see? That shit's coming up.
It's like a short track road course where you're going, like we said, 40 miles an hour through some of these corners. So the cars really get stacked up on top of each other. All it takes is one driver.
They really should have the track map at the top of the screen like they had in the truck race. That was actually really nice. Because I've only watched a few races here. I haven't quite memorized this track. I know all the passing zones and the big braking points, but it's easy to get lost when you're watching them go around here.
Road America, where you have really long straightaways and some tight corners. But man, it's just, again, there's so
Stephen
much
Parsons got spun out, but he got it together. The less cautions we have, the better. Caution laps here take like 20 minutes.
And to play off of some of that a little bit more, it makes it very challenging for the crew chiefs to set up the race car here.
Going to another full screen replay. Damn, everybody's just spinning out.
Just sliding off right through the S's there. Don't know if there was contact or not.
It's a miracle they were able to run 2 laps at the end of a truck race there. Bubba's top 10 on a road course. Even if it is the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, again, like all the road courses have their unique personalities, and then they have their.
I think Ross might be my pick tomorrow. I don't know.
Finesse zones. A driver is super busy on road courses, and when you find that right rhythm, then all parts of the track seem to talk to each other, and then it's not so stressful.
Well, on top of that, there's places that they repaved the racetrack in parts that's on old asphalt. So you're going through different grip levels on top of that. So
oh, that wind feels good, but is it why my internet sucks?
Turn 19 into turn 20. Over those curves, guys that downshift to first. Gonna get some more curves on the exit here. He doesn't. Now you see Ty in front of him did grab a bunch of curve on the exit.
Multiple ways of getting around the racetrack, and sometimes it's off of tire wear too. You might
I like how chaotic it is from like 11th on back.
You mentioned the nuances of the road course and some of the changes that have taken place here.
And I don't care what anybody says. I'll take this kind of racing over Atlanta any day.
3 of the top 5 and 3 of the top 4 today are drivers that are doing double duty. One of them, Cole Custer, an opportunity to find that rhythm early in the race.
But I will be going to Atlanta because, like Jim Cornette said, it's the two dogs fucking on the side of the road. I want to go watch.
He's working in there, right? It's going to be like that the whole race.
The big thing is,
This is one race where I'm in favor of Cup guys running because they need the track time because you don't get practice anymore. 15 or 20 minutes of practice does not make a practice. So I'm okay with, like, Bubba and Chastain being in this race. I was okay with Bowman being in the truck race. Kyle Busch, even though he was driving his OP truck. I get it. They need the track time because they're not getting it in a Cup car.
number 1. Number 2, the laps here are so long, you can make an extended stop, maybe stay on the lead lap. And with all the
This race has already defied my expectations. I thought Gibbs would just take off based on qualifying. Because qualifying was not even close.
So Parker Finnerman doing double duty. He's running both the truck race earlier today and now
Parker
the
was great in the truck race.
With his cool suit. So he's got a whole lot going on.
Justin Allgaier just got spun. I love that paint scheme. Allgaier's.
Set up for double duty and then have that cool shirt malfunction.
That's
He's got
cool.
a long road to hoe here, and I hope he makes it all through all right.
Yeah, hydration means so much.
Allgaier spun and he's still 15th. I don't think he lost any spun. He might have lost. Oh, look, Noah spun him. Way to go, Noah. Allgaier got spun by his teammate. Not the first time Noah has spun Allgaier.
Last week they weren't satisfied. They've been so good early this year.
Noah's up to 9th. I need him to win today. Get me money.
Well, it's not a real long race. Right? 46 laps. It's a long track. It's 3.4.
Did I hear about what happened in Orlando on Thursday? No.
There's not much opportunity to
What happened in Orlando? We got a battle for the lead going into turn 1. Ty Gibbs going to outbreak him. Chastain's going to give him plenty of space. And Ty Gibbs takes the lead on lap 4. He lost it on lap 1.
The 19-year-old waits for his opportunity to pounce, and we have a new leader in Austin, Texas. Ty Gibbs is out front in the 54. How about the guy now running second, Jamie?
Yeah, great start for Ross Chastain in the 92. I just chatted with him before he got in the car. He's like, this deal came together on Monday. He's like, anytime somebody asks me to drive their race car on Saturday, heck yes, I'm in. He said, I'm just happy turning laps, and it certainly helps as he continues to get pressure from behind. Here comes A.J. Allmendinger.
Now we got a 3-car battle for the lead.
We got 2 in the top 5. Chastain, who is second. Alex LeBay is 5th. And this is quite the battle at the front. Throw a blanket over the top 3 right
Oh,
now.
that kid that fell off that roller coaster thing? Yeah, okay, I did hear about that. I just didn't care. As fucked up as it is. And Ross is taking the lead back. Whoa, Gibbs, hang on. Gibbs hit a curb and hit the dirt, and he's still hauling ass down the straightaway. They're side by side for the lead.
Which lane do I pick? They're going to try to outrate each other like crazy.
And now AJ's looking for a way around both of them. AJ said 3 wide, just kidding, and backed off. Ross has the better line here. Gibbs is going to get the better arc into the corner. Gibbs has more drive off than Ross. Now Gibbs has the shallow line. Oh, and he runs Chastain wide.
I was waiting for this moment.
He said, Merry Christmas. Took it.
AJ passed them both when Gibbs ran Ross wide. Here's Cole Custer, 4-car battle for the. Tell me this ain't better than Atlanta. We got 4 cars under a blanket on a road course for the lead.
And he's fast, too.
Yeah, Chris, I'm like you. I stick my head in the sand. I don't watch the news. The only things I hear about are on, like, social media. And then if it's something I care about, I go and fact check it and double check it myself to make sure it's right. Other than that, I ignore the world. Because I'm an American.
This is going into 12, right, Joey? And just the way he's watching this, the way he got in the mirror and trying to juke with him.
They practically handed the race to A.J. Allmendinger.
54, go in there really shallow, knowing he's going to need a bunch of racetrack. Thank you. See you later.
That was like a Texas two-step.
Oh, there's video of it on YouTube. Does the thumbnail have a guy standing there going with his mouth open like every other YouTube thumbnail?
Is that clean? That was a bit pushed. That was a little forced.
Keep them coming. Keep them.
Oh, we got a medieval mosh pit going on. I want to do that. Anyway, A.J. Allmendinger's your leader. Ty Gibbs second. Ross Chastain third. Custer fourth. Alex LeBay fifth. I'm going to try to wait till the end of stage 1 before I drink one of my Powerades. I've never been a big roller coaster guy, at least when I was younger. Now I might feel differently, but then I hear about shit like the guy in Orlando, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I don't like taking chances. I've made it to 28. I'd like to make it a lot farther than 28 years old. I can't believe I used to get on the rides at the fucking Ellenboro Fair, Dylan. Can you believe that shit? We actually trusted those when we were kids.
Yeah.
There was a fucking little fair in the smallest town in the county at my school I used to go to. They would have the fair there every year. It's like, God, I actually rode those fucking rides. It's kind of nice, though, having a fair like 4 minutes from my house. It was kind of nice. And I do remember when they used to come set it up on the school property. That was always really cool. Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters died. And motherfucker, I'm pissed because he was going to be on the Kiss Cruise. And I'm just sad in general that he died. I want to be a carny like that scene in Joe Dirt when he's spraying the shit down with Pam or whatever, and the guy that keeps sliding out when the guy throws it in. I don't trust anything in this world, Chris. I trust nothing. We're back. Allmendinger, Gibbs, Chastain, Custer. Gibbs is all over AJ for that lead.
250 live on FS1.
First stage in the truck race went caution free. Hopefully this one will. Oh, Bubba, wheel hopping. I thought Bubba was a goner there. I thought he was going to wipe out the 2-car and himself. Wouldn't have been a big wreck, but they caught Bubba wheel hopping and didn't even mention it on air.
Donate by visiting redcross.org.
And we got another battle for the lead. Here comes Gibbs. It's really competitive at the front in this race. I like it.
Did you say Ross Chastain doesn't go away? Because I think Ty Gibbs playing by the same rules here.
Yes, and he is, we've said this already, he's racing one of the best here in AJ Allmendinger. And I thought AJ was going to drive away. Not the case. Ty Gibbs obviously able to keep making speed. These guys didn't get much laps in practice, right? It's something we got to remember, that these drivers are still getting better as they figure out the racetrack, the little nuances, what their car can and can't do. There's not much time to practice these days, so when you come to a track like this, there's a little bit of cat and mouse when someone gets out front and you see where they're stronger than you, and as a driver, you can adjust to that.
Noah is 10th. My money is in 10th.
That Ty Gibbs is getting right now. It's following one of the best.
Noah was like 20-1. How could you not pick him?
To see every little move. It's things that I did early in my career at road courses. If it was Tony Stewart in front of me or Jeff Gordon, I tried to do the best I could to stay pace with them.
Just behind them, outside the top 5, you have Sheldon Creed.
Austin Hill to the inside of Hemrick.
And the battle is on now for 8th. Daniel Hemrick in the 11, and Creed's teammate Austin Hill.
No, there's no cap on how many Cup guys can be in one race. There's just a cap on the number of races they can each run. And then in the Dash for Cash races, they can't run any. So you could have had more Cup guys in this race. I'm assuming if more guys could have gotten rides or deals together, they would have done it.
Not lose much time making the pass. That's something you want to be able to be good at when it comes to road courses. Be efficient with your passing. Be able to pass someone without losing a bunch of time to the next car in front of you.
That and creating a position where you're vulnerable for the next.
4 of the top 6 are in the race tomorrow. AJ, Ross, Custer, and Bubba.
The leaders, they just don't want to leave each other alone here. Coleman, what are you seeing from the spotter stand?
Yeah, a few things are standing out right here in turn 1 and through the S's. AJ Allmendinger, I spotted for him for 5 years. There's not many people that beat him on the brakes. I've seen Ty Gibbs the last few laps going into turn 12, going into turn 1, out-braking AJ.
Yeah, Ty's really pushing into these corners, and he's going to take the lead here. Harder on the brakes. Well, maybe not. AJ gets a good drive off. He's saving his stuff on entry, but he gets a pretty decent drive off.
Just ran 3/10 better than these leaders, so I think he's going to be a mover coming.
That is what
AJ holds him off.
About. I mean, the way you make a pass on somebody, and then you're now offline going into the next corner. These F1 style design tracks challenge you in so many ways. It's tough to really define.
Let's see how happy Kurt Busch is that he's not at Atlanta this week.
Strengths and weaknesses. You got 3 miles, over 3, almost 3.5 miles to have strong points and weaknesses on the racetrack. And like Coleman says there, right-handers are working good for AJ. That means left-handers probably aren't real good. His, Ty Gibbs' braking is incredible. We've seen that happen a few times where that is definitely where he's making all his time in the braking, which is very impressive to AJ, considering how good AJ is on these racetracks. So,
Ross and Custer will probably pit with 3 to go in the stage to jump everybody at the start of stage 2 because they're Cup guys. They don't care about points. Bubba will probably do the same. Here's a big outbreak into turn 1. Gibbs clears him by a mile. Nope. Oh, well, Ty slid the rear tires coming off the corner. Who the fuck is calling me? Don't know you. Watching a race. Fuck off. Gibbs had him cleared and then slid the rear tires.
He wants to keep the gap to the 16 because the next passing zone is going to be down in the turn 11. So he's going to go through the S's here. It's going to be fun to watch him. Try to stay close. And then he's going to try to outbreak him here in a few more turns.
7 is a left-hander.
This end of the racetrack is great for Ty.
You're setting up for turn
After you get through these S's.
This is where the passing zone starts. You see AJ got a little bit offline. Now Ty is right where he wants to be. He's going to get through this little kink right here into a heavy braking zone, turn 11.
Here's where Bowman and Friesen ended Kyle Busch's day.
What he can do for the exit here to position for turn 12. But look, here come those.
And now we've got 4 cars under blanket again. They all seem to bunch up when they get to that end of the racetrack.
He's going to draft him down the straightaway. The draft's definitely going to come in. And he's going to try to outbreak him one more time. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's going to be all over him. He's got to make the move.
He's going to lock it up and take them both out. Cross them over, AJ. There you go. AJ's got just the same as the previous lap. AJ is schooling this kid. That's just how good AJ Allmendinger is.
Surprised with these two at the front combined to win 5 of the last 8 on road courses. The cars have won 7 of the last 8. Who do you like, Allmendinger or Gibbs?
Go ahead and go to commercial. The same thing's going to happen. Gibbs is going to clear him into 1 and then slide the rear tires again, and AJ's going to pass him. Then they're going to get down there, and he's going to do it again, and AJ's going to pass him back.
The largest.
Although I will say, if Ty cannot slide the rear tires coming out of 1, he'll get the lead easily because he's clearly faster. It's just I think AJ's a little better. AJ's a better driver for this style of racing anyway. Custer's going for 3rd. That time Gibbs couldn't even get close enough, and he's still sliding the rear tires coming out of turn 1. But that time he didn't even get in front of AJ. Hope we get good weather in Martinsville. You know what I was thinking? If we couldn't add an extra night at that hotel, we could find another one if we needed it. Like if the race got rained out and put to Sunday, we could just find another fucking hotel. We wouldn't have to come all the way back here. So I'm just trying to think, God forbid it fucking rains and the Cup race gets moved to Sunday. But at least if it does get moved, it's on a Sunday. But hopefully we'll just get good weather. I don't want to see any snow in Martinsville like a couple years ago. That was pretty funny. Ended up watching Clint Boyer win Martinsville in a Chili's because I was going to an Alice Cooper concert that Monday. And I watched like the last quarter of the race in Chili's. I could see it all over Kyle Busch's face that day. He had the look of a guy going, I can't believe I just let Clint Boyer pass me for a win.
And let's be honest, when we came here last year, there was no one that had any fun except your brother Kyle, who just waxed the field. Today, pure entertainment because the top four
pure talent.
All hanging together.
Kligerman's still 11th from where he was at the start of the race.
And I'm seeing different lines. I'm seeing different tire wear and different.
Kurt Busch just can't hide the fact that he's so happy that Atlanta's over with. He finished top 5 at Atlanta last week, and he wasn't even happy.
That's right, Jeff.
Cold Custard into 3rd place.
Coleman said he was the driver to watch, the 07.
And he's been fast in the Cup car. Last time he was in this 07 car was in Fontana. Won the race.
2 laps from now, the Cup guys will start pitting.
One of the great underdog stories of all time in the Xfinity Series, for him to work so hard and stay with it as an owner. They get that win. They have an alliance with Stewart-Haas Racing. And Cole not just fast here, very fast earlier today in Cup Series qualifying. Certainly a driver to watch tomorrow on Fox.
If I had a dime for every time they said, oh, that guy's one to watch, they say that about everybody.
The back portion of the top 10 has got some drivers that are on the move.
This is the strongest Xfinity race we have seen when it comes to a driver lineup. When you get these Cup guys come down to the Xfinity level,
Joey's defending Cup guys in Xfinity. Even though I said I don't have a problem with it today, I have a problem with it in general.
It was raining the whole time, so this race is ultra valuable for everybody that's racing tomorrow.
Sounds like a guy who wishes he was out there. I'm surprised Penske didn't put a Cup guy in the race. I'm really surprised by that. The 22's not running. I guess I'd rather have the 22 not run at all than it just become a car that rotates between Cup guys every week.
5 to go on the stage. You get down 3 to go, you could see drivers peeling off to make a scheduled stop.
I see where you're going.
For those drivers that don't, they pit at the end of the stage. You can kind of flip the field and gain some track position. So many different agendas, but that's something to keep an eye on here.
Yeah, and crew chiefs are going to hold their strategy.
Noah's up to 8th now. I hate to say it, but I got to cheer for Noah.
What strategy they're looking to throw down. So with Allmendinger and Gibbs,
just keep the fenders on it and keep the wheels straight.
Win stage points, right, for the season-long run. Custer and Chastain, hey, I may as well pit before the end of the stage break and jump ahead of these guys.
Well, you're trying to call the race. If you are the 54 or the 16 of Allmendinger, you know the Cole Custer and Ross Chastain, they're going to pit. Probably the 36 as well. Those guys are going to say, this is my chance to win. I'm going to just give up the stage points.
Where's old Riley Herbst running? He's not even in the top 20.
The second stage. It's the tough call for Allmendinger and Gibbs. I think you flip the stage as well. They're so far ahead, they're still going to finish in the top 10 most likely.
Let's go down to Jamie.
And Cole Custer in the 07, you guys talked about him.
They showed Riley's on board, but they won't say where he's running.
But also gain experience. He said this is such a high-braking, heavy-pressure racetrack. It's really helping him on the Cup side. Meanwhile, though, he said
I guess he didn't want to embarrass Raleigh on television any more than he already embarrasses himself. Bubba's paint scheme looks so good it makes me want a Dr. Pepper, and I haven't had one in about 9 years. And I ain't had a Diet Dr. Pepper in a couple of years. I miss Dr. Pepper. But it's not like ice cream. Like, I miss ice cream, and when I think, I'm like, damn, I want some ice cream. When I say I miss Dr. Pepper, I don't really want one. But I do miss how they taste. Because I love Dr. Pepper when I was drinking sodas.
Take it at the first stage, take your lumps, start in the back, work your way up.
Dr. Pepper was always like one of my top tier sodas.
A little harder to make it up with not as much time.
There's always been this theory, though, if you're going to win on a road course, you don't pit.
No, you didn't like. You probably like Dr. Thunder from Winn-Dixie or Food Line or whatever the fuck.
But AJ, who has 7 wins in the Xfinity Series on road courses, has also won 9 stages in this style of competition. So he can
This is an exciting battle. Custer's about to be out of it, though, when they come to 3 to go, because I'd be shocked if he didn't pit. But I think AJ and Ty will race for the stage win. And if I do that, then I'm not racing for the stage win in stage 2. I'm going to get my stage win now and then sacrifice the points in 2, set me up for the 3rd stage. It's a pretty easy race to call.
Well, look at this, guys. We're 11 laps into this thing.
Custer's so close to the leaders he can pit next time around before pit road closes.
Bumper to bumper. Yep. This is awesome racing.
Yeah, Chastain dropped off the lead group. Here's Bubba trying to reel him back in. And
Bubba pitting now. Like I said, Custer's so close he can go another lap. Bubba would have been too far back to pit before 2 to go. So Bubba had to pit this time.
Playing the strategy game. Here's Bubba Wallace with 3 to go.
Is that a Supra? Bubba, Austin Hill, Noah Gregson, Sam Mayer. And then Custer and Chastain should pit next time. They're close enough to be able to get away with it, I think.
The team's been giving him a lot of updates about where he can pick up a little bit of time and how he can get better. Right now, that race car just needs a little bit of forward grip and lateral drive, meaning the back sliding too much for him. And the 9 car of Noah Gregson, he's going to hit pit road as well. That race car just simply too loose for him, sliding the back tires and can't get the power down.
No, qualified outside the top 10, drove it up to 8th, I think is as high as he was in the running order. But Luke Lambert, the crew chief, said, we're not worried about stage points, let's go ahead and pit.
Custer for 2nd, I don't know why. Boy, Gibbs lost a lot of ground. He must have had a really bad corner somewhere. He lost a lot of ground to AJ.
And here you go again, COTA showing up as far as you beat somebody into the corner. Oh, it looks like Cole kind of eased off from there, but this is awesome how these 3 are so close. And right now, between the 3, I couldn't pick a winner.
And you know, they're racing this hard, and most likely 1 or 2 of them is probably going to pit in the next lap. They're still trying to get it.
I know AJ, they'll go for the points.
It's like an F1 battle. It's that in-lap and out-lap that can decide if you've got track position.
Absolutely.
Look at this. They ripped it. I don't think you're going to need the wiper.
You're not going to need the windshield wiper, but somebody just got one ripped off of their car on pit road.
That's windshield wipers. They direct air to the rear spoiler.
Sometimes that happens. Regardless of the weather forecast, you have to have the wiper on when you go through inspection. Then you can do whatever you want. Most teams, though, I hear that downforce word a lot. They like the
and here comes Chastain to pit road, and Gibbs as well. I guess Gibbs realized he wasn't going to beat AJ, so Gibbs pits, Custer pits, and now AJ's going to cruise to an easy stage win. Hits 2 to go now. Hey, how's it going? It's going okay as long as my stream is running decently on this horrible internet today.
They'll give him some fuel. And the 92, Ross Chastain holding it down there in the top 5. His car is
holding it down.
Just a bit tight to the right and lefts as well. And the 54 of Ty Gibbs' car has been good. He has been so focused. Air pressure out of both rear tires, waiting on fuel. It's a good stop, guys.
2 laps, I can get me a damn Powerade.
You know, it's interesting to watch who's pitting and who's not, because we felt like the driver's not going.
Did Chastain make it to pit road before they hit 2 to go?
But we've also seen some series regulars make stops here that maybe we didn't anticipate. And here's what you talked about, Kurt. I mean, he can run this thing in neutral almost and come back to the green.
Alex LeBay is going to get 2nd place in stage 1.
A 13-second lead, and then with Hemrick, Klingerman, Pardis, Allgaier, you're going to start to see some of the regulars go, hey, you know what? I'm going to grab some stage points right now because it's a cushion that you can use later in the summer run to the playoffs.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You know, something I thought was interesting.
If you haven't won a race this year, go for the stage points in this stage.
Over the other 2 cars that pitted with him, Ross Chastain and Cole Custer. And I wouldn't call them, I guess I'd call them underfunded teams. Teams that
Joey's trying to find the words.
The speed to race up front. They normally don't have the pit crew to pit with those type of guys. So you definitely want to take your lumps now. If you know your pit stop's not going to be that fast, pit under green so you don't lose as much. If you do that under caution and you lose that much time on pit road, you're talking 15 spots. So pit now, take the lumps. You're going to cycle right behind the 54 when you start off again.
Or pit and then come back and get the stage points, which is what Ty Gibbs is going to do. He's 10th right now, despite the fact
Ty's still going to get stage points even though he pitted.
Pit stop was also the advantage they had before they came down to pit lane.
Yeah, that's the lap times that they just kept cranking and cranking and cranking, and now they're that far
Cranking it.
ahead of
Oh, man, I wish
Snyder.
Dylan was in here. He'd have laughed at that.
So that put a point
Kurt Busch
right
sitting there
back
cranking it.
for Gibbs, and he might get up to the 51 and the 26 by its end of the stage.
And they earned it. But they earned, like you said, Kurt, by going fast. They earned that to be able to pit.
One to go in stage one. A.J. Allmendinger's got a 12.5-second lead
By the end of this.
That's where the talent
because of
level
pit stops
chief, they
and
come together
strategies
make
and
this
whatnot.
happen in a unique way.
Final lap opening stage. A.J. Allmendinger trying to win stage one for a second consecutive season here in Austin, Texas. He did it last year and went on to finish second to Kyle Busch in the race. The second straight week he's won a stage. Got one last week at Atlanta.
What do you think AJ's heart rate is now? Just chilling.
Yeah, it just dropped by 50.
Yeah, for sure.
Lower than mine,
As soon as those
probably.
guys pitted, he said, all right, cool, I'll just chill out for a couple laps.
Yeah, the other thing that's interesting is how the strategy can change throughout the stage depending on your day. I mean, Hemrick's picked up a lot of positions. They said, let's
Parker Kligerman, 4th place.
And I look at Justin Allgaier. I'm not sure what their plan was when the day
The only
began.
NASCAR driver from
So
Connecticut
two
I
laps running,
think is
points
worth
didn't.
liking.
They did not. Maybe they feel like this is their opportunity.
Other than Jerry Nadeau,
to
but he's not
introduce
around
a
anymore.
strategy that will gain them some track position later in the day and steal some stage points.
Yeah, didn't he go roundy round earlier, Joe?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to grab fifth.
The old 7 did a Leonard spinner, as I call him. And he's still back up there. And so that's how the stage points work. So he's going to be able to get something. And now he's, after the stage, he's going to pay the price, right? You got to pay the piper eventually and cycle yourself back up. But it's nice to be able to get some points as we go through the field here. You say Jake Buford, he's in I guess the points running 7th. A lot of these guys, these are valuable points for them as they try to make the playoffs.
Valuable stage
We
points.
saw Pardis, and then now we got Parker Chase. Absolutely. I mean, this is their...
Jeremy Clements getting them stage points on a road. He's a former road course winner.
Might be getting a little warm. He's trying to direct some air into that car.
The engine might be warm too. Look at the grill on that thing.
Banged up.
I mean, that's part of how the starts go here. Everything's so congested, and you're just trying to stay clean.
Here's A.J. Allmendinger. Turn 19, turn 20, and back to the green and white checkered flag. 10th time in his career. He's won a stage on a road.
Allmendinger wins stage one.
He's going to finish second. That's his best career finish on a road course in the stage. Hemrick, Kligerman up there in the top 5. Same for Allgaier. Nice start.
It was a good battle till those stupid stage strategies fucking come in and ruin the racing.
Couple of points, and Ty Gibbs in the top 10 as well. Way to go, AJ.
Once again, sorry I couldn't stream the truck race. Blame Northland Cable. I'll be right back. I'm thirsty. How about that? Instead of backing into a win, Alex Bowman had to back it into Kyle Busch. Well, it was really Stuart Friesen's fault, but Friesen was driving like a dingbat, but I don't blame him. It was like 2 to go. And I'm always saying, when Kyle Busch is in the lead of these truck races, why don't more guys rough him up? Well, they did today. Herbst has been behaving. He's outside the top 20. No, I was gonna stream the truck race. I actually started to stream it several times, but my internet kept kicking me off, so I just had to give up. It would have been worth streaming, because that ending was pretty damn funny. Old Zane Smith. if that caution didn't come out on the first overtime, Bowman was definitely going to win. But then the caution came out, and then we had the second overtime. And then Friesen did what he did. Since you just got here, I'm actually streaming off my mobile hotspot because my internet at the house is not working today, and I was not about to waste valuable data. I was not going to waste valuable data on a truck race that Kyle Busch was in, but would have been worth it.
The opening stage. You're watching the Pit Boss 250 live on FS1 with a couple of NASCAR Cup Series champions, Kurt Busch, Joey Logano. I'm Adam Alexander. There will be stops here as we wrap up stage one, but we've already seen a number of drivers come down the pit lane as part of their strategy. We look at our eBay Motors pit performance, and you notice the difference between Ty Gibbs, Cole Custer. That's the reason the 54 finishes the stage inside the top 10 despite a green flag stop, and Cole Custer does not.
But that's why I said if you're Cole Custer, you know, maybe a little bit of time there on the driver, but a lot on the team. And if you know that's going to happen, just pit under green, because you're not going to lose as much as he would if you pit it under caution. Everyone's all stacked up on top of each other.
And we saw that a little bit when he won at California. They lose some ground.
So Gibbs should be the leader here when this top 9 in front of him pit. It'll be Gibbs, Custer, Chastain, and Bubba at the front.
With the slower pit stops.
Hi, Arkham.
We talk about how important pit crews are. I mean, I don't think we talk about it enough, though. You know, races are won and lost.
Not going to be able to open pit road this time. Somebody's stalled out sitting in the middle of pit road. So they can just go back to commercial if they want.
How many times, Kurt, does it come down to just that one spot you needed at the end of the race, or, you know, in the middle of the race, losing 2 or 3 spots that sets everything up completely different for you, you know, for the rest of the race. It is so important. When people say it's not a team sport, it makes me so mad because it's such a huge team to make this thing work.
Oh, it's an incredible team atmosphere when they're training and practicing and going through the videos and the data. I mean, how many driver grades do you get, Joey, when they say your hot pit entry, your hot pit exit, your pit road lights? And then you have these zones all through pit road and where you can lose time and gain time. And then there's into the box and out of the box. There's so much that goes into it. And that's where the drivers are trying to perfect it just as much as the crew.
You saw Bailey Curry on the hook there, bringing him back to pit road. He had an engine issue, so he's done. Will Rogers, the 38, that was the car you saw being pushed.
He's going to ride around under commercial and then go to commercial during green flag racing later.
One more time, and that gives us an opportunity to bring in the spotter of the 22 Ford Mustang on Sundays, Coleman Presley, high atop the spotter stand in turn 1.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Hey, I just wanted to run something across to Joey and Kurt. We seen the 54 of Ty Gibbs come off pit road right on the edge of the stage points. What information do you guys need to know, 1, to recognize, hey, stage points is an opportunity, and 2, how far are those guys in front of you, and can you run them down, and do you want to risk burning your tires up? What can you guys do inside the car to make sure we maximize that from the information from the spotters?
You just need to know the gaps. The gaps are so important to know when you come off a pit road, because you don't want to burn those tires up because, like you said, Coleman, you're going to refire on those tires, so you don't want to burn them up. So can I catch that car in front of me? Is it worth that 1 point? Right? If you're Cole Custer, no, it's not worth the point. I'm just going to ride and save my tires. If you're Ty Gibbs, maybe you want to go for that point and get another one. So I think it's kind of, you know, you just want the information, and you need to know as a driver what you're out there to try to accomplish.
Yeah, you nailed it right there.
You missed Kurt Busch talking about how you need to crank it.
What they were talking about.
Crank it. He didn't say hog, but he was talking about cranking it. Gibbs will be the leader because the top 9's going to pit. Then it'll be Custer, Chastain, and Bubba staying out with him.
That's Chris Gale.
And Noah as well, because Noah pitted earlier.
So he's done the math. He knows 12 guys have pitted, they'll stay out. And this is where it's really crucial for the 16 to have a good pit stop. Because if they have an issue, you're not restarting 13th. You're starting much deeper in the field.
Boy, caution laps are so fun on a big road course. They were going to open pit road last time, but a car got stuck on pit road, so they had to run an extra caution lap. So in about 45 minutes, it'll be time to throw the green on stage 2.
Hey, the USFL is coming starting April 16th. And
No rain at all this weekend, I'm happy to report. After last year, that's a big-time relief.
In prime time.
No rain at all.
You going Generals? You going
A bit of rain on a road course is fun. Last year was too much.
Stallions, Italian stallions.
Yeah. That's the Connecticut and Joey.
Oh, I wish Joey Logano would just jump off a bridge. I wish Joey Logano would walk up to the top of that tower in the infield there and just jump.
The Rocky movie.
It's in your blood somewhere.
It is. Rumor has it you're doing the coin toss for that game.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to play a couple innings, too. And,
Regan?
Innings.
What is this sport?
It's football, by the way.
I don't watch hockey that much.
Regan, FYI, there are no innings in football.
I'm thankful that you've got that figured out now, Adam. I will take that advice very well. Hey, the 9-car.
My OBS is still in the red, but apparently it's still working.
Inside that race car very early on for the driver to not be feeling good. Listen to what he's asking for.
Noah doesn't feel good. That means he's guaranteed to win. Sick drivers always win, Dylan. I'm in good shape. Noah's asking for some kind of treatment for nausea. That's rough.
It is like a roller coaster.
That is the worst thing.
Well, I put money on him today. He's got some damage on his right front, but it's not bad.
There is no good ending to that at all. You're not going to get out of the car. So,
I don't know
I'm pretty
anything
sure we
about
can
this.
put
It's
two
never
and
happened
two
to me
together
before.
here.
Did
It's
this
not good.
Did this happen to you?
No, but I've heard horror stories before. It's not good.
And then these yellow flag laps are forever here at COTA. And so there's a lot of
Finally, pit road's open. 30 minutes later.
We're going to pit road. Allmendinger's bringing it in hot.
No, he's not. He's under caution. He was going slow anyway, Kurt.
Preston Part is feeling pretty good. Little rusty. He hasn't raced anything in about 5 months. Came out here in the Xfinity Series and qualified in the top 10. That's exactly where he kept it. He just wants to.
I don't really blame the commentary booth other than Adam Alexander. I just think Fox needs to learn how to cover a race.
Sponsorship doing a nice job here. Just wants to fix the car up a little bit snug for him right now, Regan.
Well, the 11 car of Daniel Hemrick right now, that car needs some rear grip, sliding the back tire.
Well, of course they won't let anybody smoke pot in NASCAR because pot can't sponsor you. Well, it could, but they won't let it. But alcohol, fuck yeah. Go get drunk and hit a school bus full of kids. That's all good, but don't smoke any weed.
Gonna be won by Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier wins the race off pit road, but they're going to restart like 13th.
+1. AJ loses 2. We talked about that. A couple of spots lost for Alex LeVay and a great effort by Our Motorsports and the 23 team of Anthony Alfredo, who's up 6 spots. Stage 1 winner, AJ Allmendinger.
We're going to talk to the dinger?
Yeah, let's talk to the dinger. AJ Allmendinger, Joey Logano up here in the Fox booth. You got me?
What's up, Joe?
AJ, looking
Hey,
good.
Joe.
Carlos fast. It looks like you were having a bunch of fun racing for the lead there. All three of you was putting on one heck
Have
of a
I ever been so mad that I could punch a baby? Well, that depends on whose baby it is and who the baby is.
Yeah, we still got to be patient. It's a long way to go in this race. Nutrient X Solution Chevy is pretty good. We're definitely doing a lot of work out here for sure, but that was a lot of fun battling with Ty and Cole. So we'll try to be smart here and try to keep this thing clean so we can be there at the end of the last stage.
Well, that's going to be a challenge for sure. We're looking forward to watching you do this here. Have a good one.
Thanks, man.
Boy, that was really worth interviewing. I love those stupid interviews that you don't get anything out of. How you feeling out there, bud? Pretty good. Car's fast. Well, thanks for talking with us. 10-4. Like, is that really worth it? To be like, oh, look, we're talking to them during the race. I like how when NASCAR back in 2017 or whatever, when they announced the stage racing and the new rules, they made it part of the rules that, and then the stage winner has to do a live interview during the race on his radio. They actually said that. It's like, what does that have to do with the race rules? Like, they just got to do it. It's like, oh, wow. Junior had the bright idea when he was racing at Richmond 2 years ago. He said he wanted to get interviewed under green. He said he wanted to be interviewed in the car during green flag racing. This is going to be a long race, and it shouldn't be. It's just the caution laps. Be right back. Martinsville for the Cup race, we're going to be sitting right at the exit of Turn 2 at pit exit, just like we were at Bristol. And for the Xfinity race, it says general admission, so who knows where the fuck we're sitting, but it'll be good. The most expensive ticket I saw was like $86. But I kept like looking, I'm like, where's cheaper, where's cheaper, where's cheaper? 76, a little cheaper. 66 to be up high at Turn 2, deal. You got a deal, boss.
Racing and racing. You can.
Chris, were you trying to be Kevin Ward Jr.? Getting high and going for a track championship? My dad swears pot helps him focus and be a better driver, so, you know, I buy it. Better not take any Adderall, though. It'd be like, AJ, have to rebuild your whole fucking career over the course of 10 years. Yay, stage 2. Gibbs, Custer, Chastain, and Bubba.
In stage 1, front row. Gibbs, Custer. Off we go once again at Circuit of the Americas.
Excuse me.
Some urgency from some guys here. We could see some
A little bit of a stack up in the outside line on the restart, and a big fan out on the bottom. Ooh, AJ. Allgaier tried to run AJ to the infield, 3 wide. Bubba through the middle for third.
How they going to sort this out? Turn 2.
Ross has the lead. Sam Mayer into second. Bubba third. Where'd Bubba come from? Bubba went 3 wide to get to third. I know, but Bubba made the best move on that whole restart, other than Chastain, who ended up with the lead, and Sam Mayer, too.
Where's Ross been?
And most people got single file way quicker than I thought they would.
You can never guess what's going to happen in the turn 1. The way they have the track.
Weed kills. Look what it did for Kevin Ward Jr.
Oh, you're in 6th.
Yeah, thank God
Yep.
there's no out of bounds, right? I've seen AJ cross over 2 lines.
And like I said, he's sick, and sick drivers always win. So
Try to jump a row or 2. You just got to be careful for the stack up here at this really tight pivot in turn 1. Going back down the hill, if you're trapped in the middle, you're parked. You can't see what's coming ahead, so we're really concentrating on managing.
I spun a guy out on a go-kart track once at Myrtle Beach because he was pissing me off.
Thought about his drivers on these long caution laps. Now I know you're putting a plan in place for the restart, because we saw a little bit of everything there to begin the second stage.
There's always a great.
That's my one racing story I have. Bubba to second.
Yeah, Bubba moving up to second.
Driving down into turn 12. Great passing zone. And
I'm amazed at how they can get all over Ty Gibbs on these short runs. Ty Gibbs seems really fast, but ooh, Sam Mayer, take it easy there, buddy.
It is so much more grip through this section this year than there was last year. One, because it's dry, but it's also
Sam Mayer being
repaved.
out there is perfect.
And that grip, you can notice it. As soon as you get on that repave, it's like, ooh, there it is.
What's the transition like when it comes to the fresh asphalt versus the old? Do you feel that?
oh yeah, right here, this section, the way you go back to the.
It's kind of like the Charlotte Roval. There's places on the infield of that road course at Charlotte that haven't been paved in like 20 years.
It's like going across the state line.
From North Carolina to South Carolina. You come out of you go on the fresh pavement, it's North Carolina. You hit that old pavement, it's South Carolina.
Great action here at the beginning of the stage because everybody's.
Oh, Ty Gibbs! Sam Mayer just checked up. He's got a problem. Sam Mayer's off the pace. He missed a gear. I think he gathered it back up. He's going again. Welcome Noah Gregson to the top 5. My money, never mind. Put Sam Mayer back in 5th. He passed him right back. Sam missed a gear on the corner exit off of 20.
His car.
That's where you got to give. You see where Cole had to give right there. You can't go into that corner too wide. You're going to bang the doors off of each other, and it's not going to end well for either one.
Yeah, all what Cole is doing now is.
Oh, Gibbs way out of the groove in the S's. And Custer slides as well. Oh, Custer smoking the rear trying to. What the hell's up with Ty? Ty has no rear grip. Oh, and he just ran Austin Hill into the dirt. I just think he didn't see him.
Is he drunk? He's talking about drinking.
He's either drunk or has no rear grip or both. One of those.
You just got to stop and reset sometimes to get back up.
Jeb Burton in the top 10.
And you go through the moguls and you hit one wrong, and now you hit the next one wrong.
Exactly.
Just like that.
Just like those jumps. Yeah.
Jumps.
With Joey Logano for $200, please.
I can already tell you this broadcast has been a million times better than their Atlanta broadcast last week because I'm not seeing a little kid every 5 seconds.
5 junior motorsports cars to have some kind of a problem early in this race.
Oh my God.
That would have looked like Custer and Truex here last year.
As quick as you can. And remember, these guys don't have the sequential shifters that next-gen cars have tomorrow. This is the old-school H-pattern 4-speed transmission in them. So you got to give them a little bit of time. You can't hustle and preload the shifter and all those type of things.
What we talking about with Larson at Sonoma last year.
Yeah.
He was looking in the mirror trying to double check.
Tomorrow's the first next-gen race on a road course.
As far as accelerating.
I'm going to have to go back and watch practice and qualifying.
That takes me to the level of concentration when you're running this place. It's the shifting. It's the track and where you are and where do I want to be. And especially on a restart, trying to figure all that out as you make that climb up to turn number 1. Whole lot to manage to be driving between the years here.
Yeah, there's an offensive mode like we're watching with Allmendinger right now. He is going to toss it on it near to turn 1. He did into 20. And then sometimes you're on defense because you slipped up on corner exit and he didn't get the good run. Wow, turn 1 has so many different options for guys.
Ty Gibbs is the Draco Malfoy of NASCAR.
Yeah, look at AJ.
Who's Harry Potter?
The speed that the 54 does not have. There's got to be something wrong. Jamie,
Gibbs is either he's got a gear problem or something.
Maybe something wrong. The right front they think may be going down.
Or yeah, now they're talking about maybe he has a right front tire going down.
Is ready and on the wall with some tires if he needs
I don't know. That looks like something else. God, he's just all up in the way. It's only at that end of the racetrack he's really slow.
Most of the corners he's struggling with.
Oh, that's how bad that car is.
Could Ty Gibbs pass a field sobriety test right now? He doesn't look like it.
He definitely has a flat tire or something wrong with the right front.
What's crazy?
Well, what I want to do is blow a tire on a 4-mile road course and be 100 miles from pit road.
Issues for Ty Gibbs.
9/11.
Damn.
Bailey Curry blowing up? Or was that?
He hit that curb and.
Huh. Ty Gibbs is the Malfoy. Who is Harry Potter? I can't decide. Kyle Larson, the boy whose career somehow lived. And he wins everything like Harry did in Quidditch.
Does that mean Bowman's Ron?
Yes. If NASCAR was Yu-Gi-Oh, Bowman would be Joey Wheeler because Joey won all the time, but he just got lucky and didn't know shit. Ugh, that's funny. Kyle Busch is Kaba. Keep wanting to pull out my phone and look at Twitter, but I don't want to fuck with my live stream, so I'm not doing it. Boy, my phone's hot right now. Burning through that data. Really don't give a shit, though. We're just using it for this race. Hopefully tomorrow my regular internet will be back.
Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins' aggressiveness to bring star players in. Just like they say by the Rams. F them picks.
But giving up that many picks for a fucking wide receiver is goddamn stupid.
I love it.
Certainly makes things interesting, especially if Brady ends up in Miami next year. Because I totally buy the rumor that I'm retiring just to try to force his way out of Tampa Bay, and then it was clear Tampa wasn't going to budge. Brady was like, okay, I'm coming back. Because as soon as shit gets even remotely challenging, Brady's like, I want out. 20 of the easiest years that you've ever had in New England, and then the first time they start to struggle a bit. Ooh, I want to leave. And he's doing the same thing in Tampa Bay. Check on the OBS again. Still in the red. Oh, it's up to yellow. And it's green. Now it's orange. Now it's red again. At least I know it's still on. And we're back at Suck It Off the Americas.
Of the Americas, it's the Pit Boss 250 on FS1.
Cranking them hogs.
Unscheduled pit stop for Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs made it to pit road.
The driver of the 54.
And that could hurt his day. Look at the concert stage. That's badass. I want to go to a concert at the fucking infield. That's a legit concert stage with a little amphitheater.
To be able to do that, so they're definitely going to have to pit again, and now they put themselves squarely behind the 8 ball.
Ty Gibbs,
very, very tough
currently 36th.
There's 10 to go in the second stage. They can't make it from here, like you said.
My path to Noah Gregson money is wide open now because AJ will choke. Bubba's not going to win a road course, although it would be pretty funny if Bubba did win a road course.
So
I feel like
he's
this is
starting
the
from
one
behind
time
with
where
just a few
I'm
laps to go.
not sold
Jamie,
on
I'm worried for on the 54.
All right, I'm not going to
Now,
give
do
him
they
this
spin it? They
chance.
took the tires off.
But he's
What
gonna
happened
do
to
it.
the right front? Valve stem right here knocked out. You see how long it's supposed to be. Knocked
Can't
out.
do it on Sundays.
Our pulls that are now shuffled all the way back to 36.
You need those.
I'm gonna let Kyle
Those are
do
very
it.
important.
You know, it's crazy
Yeah.
that he's won twice this year. And in those 2 races, wins at Las Vegas and last week in Atlanta, he led a total of 7 laps, 13 laps total.
That's single digits, Adam.
54.
You know, one thing I want to draw everybody's attention back to is the beginning of this stage. I want to highlight
They're going to COTA
Chastain's
for
start
F1 next year.
and just
I get to go to the best road course for spectators. I get to go to Charlotte. That's the only road course where you can see everything.
I'm going to throw in here with authority and go down in the bottom side of turn 1 and then not
Bubba
even
did
care.
what Stort Freezy did in the truck.
Yeah.
That's the valve step.
Bubba made a great move on that restart to put himself in this spot.
Happened on the
Right,
right,
Oh,
the right side. Yeah, you're right. Yep, yep.
But Chastain
I can't wait for the Grand Prix of the Ukraine next year, since they're having one in Saudi.
Right, Kurt, you go in there. Where are you going to lift? In Ross's mind, I believe he was going to break later than Ty Gibbs, no matter what.
I know these cars are so different from Cup, but the principle of driving this place is the same. This has to translate for Bubba tomorrow. He has to be able to run decent tomorrow, surely.
it's clean
Because he was top 5 before the strategy anyway. He was like 5th and 6th through that whole first stage.
But also, Bubba Wallace followed it through, and then now he's trying to hold off Cole Custer. Cole's car is pretty darn good today, and we'll see if he's able to make the pass here on Bubba.
What are you seeing, Coleman?
I think it's a mix of both. The car definitely has something to do with it.
Things that I've got for you guys. Turn 1, that's the primary spotter stand. They make us stand in that stand. What's cool about being down here in turn 11, we can go wherever we want. NASCAR provides a stand for us up in turn 9 where majority of the guys are. I come down here close to turn 11 to try to get a better look at
I want to ride the Ferris wheel. I want to go to the race and ride the Ferris wheel. We got one at Charlotte.
To not see better turn 11. First observation I have, there's 3 Joe Gibbs Racing spotters down here in turn 11. They've
I want to go reenact a Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger.
Worth gaining more sight lines for and losing some of 7 and 8. Second thing I'm noticing, this is the furthest I've
We're halfway through stage 2.
antennas to try to reach their crew chiefs and talk to the other end. Communication's a very difficult thing, and these antennas allow these spotters to talk to the crew chiefs on the box as well as the other 2 spotters on the racetrack.
Well, that's a good point. He's a long ways away, and as a spotter and a driver, you kind of go over some of this stuff and saying, hey, are you okay with, no vision in a certain spot of the track? The spotter is just not going to be able to see you. You're on your own in those spots. And for, a spot that
What
might
the
be
fuck?
more important to see.
I'm just hopeful he gets his antenna fixed.
Oh no! They spun out the 44.
Sage Karam.
Look at
Spun
your
it
in-car
around.
cam.
That's an IndyCar guy, and then he's getting a dosage
Whee!
of some of the NASCAR action. I mean, Sage didn't do anything wrong right there. It just guys came in hot from behind.
What do you have in common with Sage Karam? Top
We
10.
ran an Indy 500. Yeah,
Not just started the race. Had a good finish.
that's right. Just stayed out of trouble.
You were 4th? What?
6th.
6th, okay. I was
His best
trying to
finish
get you
is
in the
fourth.
car.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Side-by-side brake cover halfway through. Stage number 2, Chastain, Custer.
Chastain, Custer, Bubba, Sam Mayer, Allmendinger, Noah, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed.
The lady in black
Yeah.
doesn't.
Better than the damn truck race. That truck race wasn't good until like the final 10 laps. Truck race is pretty shit. I remember thinking halfway through it, well, I'm glad I can't stream this one.
When I turned it on, I think Zane Smith had the lead, and he had led like 7 laps or something like that.
How about Zany? He played the strategy to win both stages, and then he lucks up and wins the race. That was pretty funny.
Turn it back on with 10 to go, and then when the caution came out for him to go to overtime, I said, fuck it, they're going to go to a bunch of them, and then, of course, it ended after the first one. I was like,
Well, no, they had 2.
or 2, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it would have went on and on and on.
I want to do my winner interview in the Ferris wheel. I'd say if I win this race, don't come talk to me. I'm going to go park over there and go run and jump on the Ferris wheel. Send fucking Caitlin Vincey up there with me, please.
That sounds like
I want her to do the interview, and I want to be on the Ferris wheel. I really wanted to stream something today, but I can't. Gosh darn, Cup drivers running 1, 2, 3. Get them off my TV.
I don't even look at who's in the cars. I look at the numbers. That's why I'm so impressed. I'm like the 92 in those.
Yeah, the 92 and the 07 running 1, 2. Damn.
Like last year when the Cup guys would come up, like Christopher Bell in the 54 or whatever, I was like,
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
I literally ignore them too. I'm like, you're in the 54.
I think my first favorite one was when Harvick drove at 99.
Yeah.
That road course. I was like, okay, this is cool.
And Briscoe drove it at Charlotte and almost won. But God's favorite race car driver took him out. It's okay. He prays. I'll stream the truck race from Martinsville, but I won't be home the rest of the weekend.
Alexander, Coleman Presley, our spotter analyst, has made his way to turn 11 on pit road. Jamie Little, Regan Smith. The leader is Ross Chastain, and he's been out front for 9 circuits today. Second has been good between Cole Custer and Bubba Wallace. And fourth is getting good as well. Sam Mayer is there, and here comes A.J. Allmendinger. After staying out to win stage 1, lost a couple of spots on pit road, restarts 16th. He's now 5th.
There it is, just chipping away.
5th!
Back at lap 20.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th!
Lap 23. Do the math on that, and it's just like if you're fishing and you got the reel out, you're just reeling it in.
Look how much he arcs that corner. Sam Mayer going in shallow and hard. AJ arcs it, crosses it.
Bubba just took second back.
For second. Bubba takes
You go, Bubbles.
All this is good for AJ, right? The more these guys race each other, the more...
Nah, it's good for Chastain. He's just chilling. Chastain's going to pit in 3 laps, but still, so are they. They're going to pit right at the same time.
Which is what we anticipate out of most of these guys.
Yeah, at this point, we were talking about a little bit off air before we came back on. At this point, if you try to get stage points this time and don't pit before the end of the stage, you're
not going to win. If you go for stage points in the stage, you're not going to win the race. Period.
It's probably on the cutoff spot. Like he's up front. He's got a car that's capable of winning. Right? He's in the hunt.
So I would expect Brandon Jones to be the stage winner.
Sam, I'm probably gonna pit, but if I'm looking at maybe hammering, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere back there, where you probably don't have the speed at this point to win. Take what you can. Take those points while you can.
Fuck.
Let AJ go into turn 12, huh?
Nobody in that top 10, really. I mean, certainly not the Cup guys.
Yeah. Can't tell those guys with yellow back bumpers anything. They're going to race you all the way through.
Ooh, a little contact there.
Slight contact between Mayer and AJ.
Right? The one
Leaning on each other. Leaning on each other.
banging each other's doors off and stuff.
It's like AJ was baiting him.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, right? AJ's gonna pass you. He's faster. He has newer tires. Just let him go. Cut your losses.
Shut up,
Yeah, because Joey would totally let him go. Right.
We got to bring this back and watch. This is when AJ's like, man, I had enough of this. But this started way back here in turn 11. Driving down in, Mayer's just smoking every which tire, trying to maintain pace. And he's looking ahead to Cole. And now he's looking behind AJ. And as we go down the back straightaway, this is where it's like, okay, buddy, just kind of cash in, let AJ go by. But Mayer wants to race him. And by the time we get to 14 and 15, you're going to see what AJ does to him. AJ just roughs him and moves him just way up like go-kart style. Like, buddy, here's the weeds. I'm going this way. So here we are, turn 12. Mayer's still racing him. Now we're going into 13. I love this stuff because this is when it's mono-y-mono, and you got to know whose attitude is what.
Remember that guy in Talladega Nights? Mono-y-mono.
For context, AJ's 40. Sam's 18. I mean, he's got some lessons to learn, right?
Yep, and he just ran him wide. Like, okay, now I'm done with you. I'm moving on.
But how can I watch this race if you're not going to show me little kids?
Great stuff. That's when you have the attitudes and road courses come out.
And now if I'm Sam, I just follow.
Don't worry, I'm sure when they get back on an oval, we'll be back to having our little kid camera.
Best in the business, Coleman.
Hey, thanks, Adam. Question for
Hollywood executives are going to start watching NASCAR races.
3 laps going into turn 11 here. I've noticed Sam Mayer locking up his right front tire. How important is that for a spotter to relay to you? How hard you're locking it up, how long you're locking it up, and is that a major concern?
It's definitely a concern. You can only do that so many times before you just flat spot your inside tire, whether it's left front or right front.
Jim Burton and Landon Castle. Castle's been a disappointment so far this year.
You're gonna pop the tire. And you most of the time can feel that as we got a spin over here. Who's that?
Patrick Gallagher.
Patrick Gallagher got spun. Oh, it's that 28 car they were obsessed with showing on lap 1 who got a start violation running 30th.
Right, when you get in there and you're really smoking it.
When it said Gallagher, I said Spencer Gallagher? I didn't even know who was in the 28. I didn't know there was another Gallagher.
So little load on it. You almost can't even tell. It's nice for the spotter to tell you that.
Damn, he's got him.
Nah, it's the comedian Gallagher, the dude that hits the watermelons.
He kind of clinked him right. Well, that's where it
I do like it.
Never
It's like
mind.
Tony's
I love
over.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool car.
Far enough to see how things
It
start
looks like a generic Creator race car I wouldn't hate driving.
from the 31.
That was instant. You should have done that to me.
Yeah, there you go.
Worked out good for Stephen Parsons of the SoCal Chevrolet. He said, you two play for a while, I'll drive right by for position.
4 to go.
Texas two-stepping in.
Pit stops will start next time by. Yeah, Bubba got passed by Custer, AJ, and Mayer. Well, we were too busy looking at the 28 car, so
We're in a groove like Chastain
Noah's the first to pit.
laying down lap times.
Noah pits at 4 to go. That's a lap earlier than I probably would have pitted, but
Landon Castle started in the back. He was in the top 10, has fallen back to 12.
I don't know why Bubba's so good.
And the heart rate indicates he is working. Scheduled pit stops into stage 2. You're going to flip this thing. First one in, Noah Gregson, Regan.
Adam still continuing to battle a very loose race car with that 9 race car. Want some adjustments for that?
Chris, I was just about to mention Black Gallagher from Chappelle's Show before you did. Black Gallagher, bitch.
How do you take medicine?
Hope you like my outfit. The queer guys came by and said they had an eye for me.
An obstacle that you
Gloves and stuff.
Regan, can you help us with that? What'd they do?
Kurt, you are a smart man. That is exactly what they did. They crushed the draft.
Bring back queer eye for the straight guy.
Go, Noah, go. You'll feel better right away.
Sure.
They know us some
Dr.
medicine.
Bush. Dr. Bush,
Quack in
please.
the bush. Quack in the bush.
I'd like to give Noah a fucking hammer upside the back of the head, but that's another story.
Sorted that out. I didn't think they'd sort that out.
Well, the 19's in top
19's going to go for the stage win, I'd be willing to bet.
Into top 10.
As bad as they've run, they know they don't have a chance to win the race. Might as well get the points.
First season at
Chastain must be about
Motorsports.
to hit.
Got his
Chastain, Custer, and all of them are about to pit.
Brandon Jones in this mix. Another one of those drivers.
He's about to pit anyway, but
From the back.
we never did find out how Bubba lost 3 spots.
It's just another little Texas action. Oh, there's shotguns everywhere. But Brandon is definitely working his way back up through as smooth as he can. There doesn't look like there's a mark on the car. And he's trying to get in position for that final stage. It's all you can do when you start at the back of a road course is just try to chisel away, position it for the end.
And when you're this far back, there's no give and take anymore. You know, the top 3, 4, 5 cars, we were talking about Sam Mayer earlier and AJ, there's a little give and take up front. But if you start getting a little towards the middle of the pack, it's cutthroat.
AJ just pitted. Custer pitting. Bubba pitting. Austin Hill pitted.
But let's bring it down to Regan on the 16.
Sheldon Creed, Daniel Hemrick, Alex LeBay,
Very, very fast this run.
Jeb Burton, Landon Castle.
They win the race. They feel like they've got to flip the stage right now, as we've been talking about. The rear tires on that car have been shattering. He's been complaining about it. The team's pulling deal with it. You're a second faster than everybody else. In the 18 of Bubba Wallace, very good so far today. Still consistent. Up front and taking his time. Felt like he might have been pushing through the front tires just a little bit too much.
I want to know who told AJ to deal with it. I mean,
Yeah, Chris will call it right eye for the lip guy.
I don't want to hear that. Deal with it. Deal with it. Thanks. Yeah. Love you too.
These are scheduled stops prior to the ending of stage 2. So as Regan pointed out, we've discussed everyone can flip the stage and gain that track position for the final stint of the race.
And this is no mistakes here. You have a pit road penalty, a speeding penalty, an uncontrolled tire. It's over. It's over for you. You don't have enough time to make it up.
Ross Chastain continues.
Chastain and Custer can pit next time around.
Custer has stayed out. He's second and third right now. Sam Mayer, Jake Buford, Justin Allgaier complete the top 5. They are yet to make a pit stop. The 54 is.
I haven't watched that video on Haley Deegan's channel from last week, but I heard it's scary. It's when her truck caught on fire at Atlanta. I haven't watched it yet.
He said lateral grip is just lacking, and the team is having a hard time hearing him. So definitely not the day he wanted here early on. But don't count him out yet.
Oh, shit.
Earlier, how hard it is to hear your driver.
Need a nap.
It's so big. There's also this huge building on the backside of pit road. It's beautiful where the garages are. But on pit road, those antennas can't quite reach all the way to the driver a lot of times, so it's really hard to hear them.
Yeah, I try to have my crew chief just talk on the front straightaway, and then if he has to relay things to the spotter, that's done on a secondary channel. That way the communication is as crisp and as clear as possible.
Chastain and Custer are coming to pit road. That makes sense. Is Mayer going to pit with them?
Positioning for the end of the race. These guys don't care about stage points, so let's go to Jamie Little on pit road.
That's right, Curtis.
I think Mayer's staying out. So Mayer's going for the stage win.
Good run here so far. Just wants to tear off and drink. The 92 Ross Chastain. This team is just incredible. The sign holder.
Well, I hope he enjoys not winning.
Really good things from this Mario Goslin team.
And now we keep an eye on this.
Thought we might, if Mayer pitted, we would have got a stage winner, Jade Buford.
In comparison to AJ,
but Mayer had to stay out and ruin it.
His stop and was the best of those cars that had been able to come down and get their green flag service.
Yeah, this is the in and the out on how hard you have to hustle. This is what we see a lot of times with Formula One. And it's right now hustle time, even though the crew chief said, hey man, take care of the tires because you're going to be on them for all of stage 3.
There's Chastain, there is Custer, here comes Allmendinger behind them in turn 1. So in a sense, he's third, right? He's not officially, but that's where he will be.
So it'd be Chastain, Custer, AJ, and Gregson to start the final stage.
This is what Coleman was talking about. That
if they stay where they're running now.
They are and what's going on. The cars that are in front of AJ are too far ahead of him that he's not going to catch them at this point with 2 to go. Chill out, save your tires, be ready.
And a penalty for Cole Custer. Too fast.
Ooh, so that'll make it Chastain, AJ, Gregson, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Custer got a penalty.
From this point forward with so few laps remaining.
Too fast exiting, yeah. That's a break for literally everybody.
They're going to go for stage points.
That's what I was thinking. It's like cash in and try to grab this for later in the season.
Well, and Allgaier's up there. And look at Josh Berry in the top 5. Remember when
come on, where's the close-ups like little kids at? It's not a Fox broadcast without it.
In a position to get some stage points.
Can't believe Josh Berry's even on the lead lap with how his car was running. And it was all beat to shit.
For them in general for today. Sam Mayer's actually doing really well, but some of the other cars that weren't quite as fast, right? You see, they're 16 seconds behind Mayer at that point. Now they're going to be able to get some points. What's happened today?
Bubba's got a problem. Miss a shift.
Looked like he never charged out of the corner, out of that turn 11 down the long back straightaway.
I think Bubba missed a shift.
Big time off the pace.
Second Gibbs car. We've seen have problems.
Because now he looks like he's back up to speed, but he lost about 5 spots.
Coleman, what did you see?
Yeah, so Kurt brought up a good point about the 18. That's 3 laps in a row coming out of turn 11 that I've seen him stumble to get going. Got to make you think that maybe he's lost a gear or something. Be interested to know. And then what other corners is that going to affect that he uses that gear in if that's the case?
Yeah, it's looking now like it's terminal. He's got no pace at all as he rounds through some of the final few corners. I don't know what's up.
He is not going to see the car behind him catch him at a rapid pace. Something is wrong.
Well, sadly, Bubba's not going to win today.
Full throttle.
Hey, look at our top 5. They're all going to pit at the end of the stage. So that takes me to where we'll be for the final run. Chastain, the best of the bunch. Custer is there.
He's only 17 miles an hour off on average.
Likely going to be second on the restart to begin the final stage. And Noah Gragson is in the top 10. He'll be third of that group that's already made a pit stop. So these guys are doing a nice job of managing their day. And what's the latest?
Yeah, zoom in a little closer. I want to see what Sam Mayer's, the color of his underwear is. Yeah.
Actually jumping out of gear on him. So basically when it's in the gas, it jumps into neutral. He's got to hold it in gear right now.
It's a tough task, but yeah, that's a shame. I mean, like we saw him gathering up spots.
That sounds like a real pleasure to drive. They might as well just park it.
You can chalk it up as a success.
If they could make it to the caution, stay on the lead lap, and somehow fix it, no, but
his agenda was to gather up data.
Absolutely.
You're talking about
he might as well just park it and get ready for tomorrow.
There's plenty of opportunities for it to go wrong.
And good luck trying to hold a car in gear around this place. You need 3 hands to do that. It's hard to take a hand off the wheel.
How about this guy, Sam Mayer? Going to get his first career stage win. He's had a lot of bumps in the road, but fast cars each and every week. And I kind of like this play. Leave him out there and let him build some confidence, gain some points.
I love that. Exactly. It's to build confidence in yourself, the team, and to check that box of we won a stage.
I mean, confidence, whatever. It's a playoff point and 10 regular season points. That's what it's about, trying to set yourself up to win a championship. That's why they made the
Sam Mayer wins stage 2.
Junior Motorsports.
Time for a 35-minute caution.
Jade Buford, a good second-place finish for him. Riley Hurts, nice comeback
Hmm.
to finish 5th. He's only 18 years
I want to
old.
look at Twitter during the break, but I can't because I don't want to mess with my phone. You guys are being so talkative today, I said sarcastically. See that fucking stupid truck outside that makes that god-awful noise. He can't even win on Saturday.
Stage 2 contest.
Can't wait to win $15 of Clint's money when 3,500 people get the correct answer. I slept good, but not long enough. Too busy killing 300 people in one game mode last night in Red Dead. 300 people. And my next best teammate had 75. You tell me who was carrying the team. If we had 4 me's, we'd beat every one of them damn call to arms modes. Because that's what you need. Because it gets really difficult. But if there were 4 me's, if I could clone myself 3 times, I'd make so much money. I've always said in certain video games I'm really good at. I've always wanted to play against myself. It's a damn shame you can't play against yourself. You can play with yourself, but not against yourself, you know.
FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Hey Joey, that's soccer.
What's that? I thought that was football.
Cut. I'm just standing there laughing like a dumbass, and then they're like, cut, and you just stand there with the stupidest fucking face. I could not be in that booth with Joey Logano.
I couldn't be anywhere with Joey Logano without wanting to hit him in the face.
All weekend long, this time around, today going
But I'd take a hammer to Noah. I'd just punch Joey, but I'd hit Noah with a hammer.
Some change tomorrow for the Cup race.
Noah
And
gag on
these
some.
Xfinity Series drivers really enjoying their time at the Pit Boss 250.
Do you know why the umbrella was invented? It wasn't
Because
for
it was
rain.
raining?
It wasn't for rain. It was for the sun. It was to protect yourself from the sun.
Duh, who
That's how
did
an
that?
umbrella was invented.
Earlier, he's showing off his medical.
Wow, that was
knowledge.
fascinating.
An historian.
So you can use an umbrella last year. You
Do
can
you
use
know
an umbrella
why
this
that-
I
year.
learned so much watching this.
Umbrellas are handy.
You know, Jeopardy.
Moonshine.
To run from the
I
cops.
can only do the $200
That's what they're
question.
doing on here. This is busted.
In round 2, I struggle.
If it's about sports,
I miss playing that.
We need NASCAR busted.
Joey's got the question mark above his
the
head.
whole time.
Well, this changes the game, but yet it's still a battle with all those guys here in this final stage.
Oh, it's
when,
gonna be a mess.
When they wanted to pit, and then now who battled out for that track position, and then now we'll see the race up the hill in turn 1 after this group
17
pits. These are all the
Chevys in
guys,
the top
most of your
three.
regulars that stayed out to grab those stage points for the season-long points.
And I counted like half the field, more than half the field, made their pit stop under green. So these guys pitting now going to have a long way to go in the final stage.
Yeah, like I said, if you chose points, congratulations. You will not win this race.
Direction, Jay Buford. They made a wedge adjustment on the last stop, and he said
job
that
on the
was
points,
very
guys.
positive, and they're making another one.
They
right there.
did.
You see the adjustment in the 4-tire stop. Meanwhile, the one of Sam Mayer, our stage winner, they said, all right, we got that. We're sorry we had a transmission problem earlier, but let's go out and have some fun now. We got some points.
48 beat him out of good race.
Good recovery for the 8-car of Josh Berry right now, but that car won't go to the left.
What about that big blade he's got on the front of the car? Does that help?
Second gear, it will not stay in there, so he is not even using second gear with that race car. Another transmission problem.
Wow.
Allgaier can't use second gear.
Richmond and Martinsville.
Damn,
Josh
15 to
Berry
go
looks like he
already.
raced his car at both tracks.
They're trying to
Never
fix
changed
Bubba's
it out,
shifting
right?
problem.
That thing is beat up. By the way, he's looking forward to going to Martinsville. Got his first career win there.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing that Dr.
You can see
Pepper
the
car
work
makes
going
me like
on the
numbers
18 here.
forward.
Yeah.
Because that
We
empty
should dial up
space.
Yeah.
Fred to Sam Mayer. Hey,
They could have put a
Sam
big
Mayer
old
grabs
bottle
the
of Dr.
stage
Pepper
wins.
there or
Supporters in the
something.
Fox Sports 1 booth. You got us? Right on, man. We're proud of you for staying out there and grabbing that stage. Now what's your plan?
I guess just stay out of trouble is the biggest thing. I mean, we're so far back now, but it's worth it for us to get those points because we've kind of gotten a hole with our luck recently, so digging out of it started something we have to do, but going forward, just going to stay out of the way.
I'm gonna root for Noah to be a dickhead here because I want the money.
Nah, keep her clean, keep her smooth. I'm really only counting like 4 cars behind you, so you're really far back, but hey, keep it smooth and work your way on up.
Oh
buddy.
yeah, bud, you're in a bad position.
I just said, Kurt, your pussy, the only thing smooth up in this shit. 10-4 off my radio.
Ride through the field in the final stage. This is Joe Graff Jr.
There goes the jack.
Cannot do that. Final stage coming up from.
He's jacking off.
Coming on the Americans.
Stand up before I fucking fall asleep in my chair. No fucking calzone today. What's wrong with you? Kidding.
Birthday party food.
Yeah. What the hell was that you was eating?
Chicken casserole and macaroni and cheese.
That macaroni looked good. I did see the macaroni. I'm a macaroni connoisseur myself.
I love it.
Fuck, I need a nap. I had some really good games on Friday the 13th last night. I get so fucking bored playing that game. But last night we had some good games. I intentionally picked, when we were playing Red Dead, and so, hey, we got about 40 minutes or so before we play Friday. I said, let's do a call to arms, because I was like, if I can drag this thing out, I'll have less Friday to play, because we always stop around 2 in the morning. I was like, if I drag this out. So when we got to like round 8 and everybody died, and I had to do round 9 by myself to bring everybody else back, it took really long. So it was about 30 less minutes of Friday the 13th I had to play. I made the joke last night. When we were playing Red Dead, an enemy ran by me and said, "I'm going to teach you the definition of pain." And I said, "Motherfucker, I play Friday the 13th every week for 5 years. I know pain." You think I don't know about pain? Oh man, Jeff Fisher's a head coach in the USFL.
Somebody took a screenshot of when they were practicing. One of the college guys showed AJ a picture and they zoomed in on it. They showed that on TV, and people on the shit posted like, wait a minute.
Information on how AJ Allmendinger and Ross Chastain run different lines through 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These
But that's a ghost car. That's not real.
Look how AJ runs it down in there hard. The 92 of Chastain backs it up, gets a run on the exit. Kurt, what happens down here?
Yeah, as far as like the SMT data and all the things that we look at as drivers, we're trying to gather information. Which lap is this? How did he do that? Who's on better tires? But it's still all about corner exit, and Allmendinger was able to lay down the power there. And
we're going to have 14 to go. Chastain, Allmendinger, Gregson, Austin Hill, Alex LeBay, Jeb Burton, Brett Moffitt, Lancaster, Daniel Hemrick, and Miguel Paludo's 10th. After all that damage he had, I thought he'd be done.
Which is not very quick, so it's very technical. And trying to hit those lines just right.
Pain is being a Falcons fan. Nah, I've been reduced to apathy. It doesn't hurt anymore.
Everyone should be good to go. Don't need any more pit stops.
No, the Falcons
it's just
fans
time to
get
race
the
the
privilege
final
of knowing what it
stage
feels like to be a
to the
Patriots
checkered
fan.
flag. And two of the best
Or a
all day
Brady fan.
out
Or a
front.
Lions fan,
Chastain,
sorry.
Allmendinger
Not a
have
Patriots
combined to
fan.
lead 26 of our 31 laps.
You were free, Matt.
At least we managed to beat the Lions last year. Saved ourselves that embarrassment. All right, I need Chastain and AJ to kill each other and have that dickhead in third get lucky and win. I bought race tickets today. I get some of that money back.
Here we go. Final stage of COTA. All the players are up front.
3 wide for third.
Oh, boy.
5 wide behind them. There's my 8 wide racing.
He's got to fight for this spot. You got to get everyone.
AJ aggressively clears Chastain for the lead.
Chastain gonna get mean with him.
Come on, Ross, get mean with him.
I promise you that.
Ooh, AJ. Look how fucking sideways AJ's car is. The back end of that car just wants to come around. Good, put the pressure on
We
him.
saw going into the S's there. AJ was a little bit offline. He's still a little bit offline. It just keeps.
AJ is running a weird line. They are right about that.
The S's here, which leaves Ross right on his bumper, leaving the corner. You know it's going to be a big braking event after the little kink here, down into 11.
He's there. He's gonna throw it in there. There's no way he's not.
You saw what Friesen and Bowman did in the same corner. Ross didn't quite throw it in there. Still a little too early for that, but you got to stay with him. Who's Ross driving for? I don't know who owns that 92 car. It runs like shit every other week, so this is a testament to how good Ross really is. Josh Williams, I think, is usually in the 92 or something.
Start to kick in at the end of the straightaway. Ross, heavy braking.
Josh to his inside, or not Josh. Ross to his inside. I was talking about Josh Williams just now.
Run him off the track.
Just how
Yeah.
different they drive this section of the course.
They're going to drive it different when they're side by side, too. Noah's back there saying, keep on racing, baby. I'm going to be there.
Yep, Noah's going to try to squeak in there for sure.
His stomach's probably feeling better now, right? Because he's got a chance to win this race.
Oh, yeah, the further forward you are, your stomach and all your problems go away.
So what we saw there, AJ really short.
You can't let if AJ checks out, it's over. If AJ gets about a second, it's over.
And really built that gap up for AJ to run it out. He can breathe, run his own.
Yep,
line,
it's
and
over.
focus
With
on
AJ with a
the
gap
speed.
like that, I don't see how anybody catches him without a caution.
Still has to be a little bit defensive as he's starting to build a gap on the 9 as well.
I feel like it's so important to take control of the race. AJ's been able to do that on this restart in the opening lap of this final stage.
What are track
So
limits?
you got someone breathing down your neck. You can't run.
Noah, I think. Oh, caution for debris.
You got a caution for debris.
All right. One more shot because AJ was gone. Without this caution, there's a big chunk of metal laying over here somewhere, right where they run. Oh, and a wreck off of the final corner.
Running a defensive line because you know that guy's going to
Josh Berry gets it together.
until you can get spread out and get away.
Big chunk of metal laying in the middle of the groove
Might
somewhere.
have found.
It's turn 20 coming to the
Oh.
front straight.
Damn, Josh.
How many cars have
Did Josh Berry even try to make that corner?
First caution today for some form of incident. The other two cautions coming out to end the first two stages.
Are you ready for another 3.5-hour Xfinity race?
An hour and a half.
Yeah, give it time though.
The 07 of Cole
They're
Cup.
only 15
From
laps.
that
Yeah.
15 laps.
AJ Allmendinger leading. Ross Chastain, Noah
Can't be
Gragson.
that long.
It can't be that bad. Lucky number 13. 13 to go. Go ahead and set my phone on fire by plugging it up while it's using the hotspot. Eight green, white, checkered jump. That'll make this race a good 4 hours long.
You know what makes a 46 lap race better?
What?
10 extra laps.
I'm so glad they shortened Martinsville to 400 laps when we go. And the Xfinity race is 250. You know what? It might be cold as fuck up there. Because it's April 8th and 9th. And I know it's not like winter anymore, but it gets pretty cold at night. Yeah.
600 was a
It got cold in May in Charlotte. That was ridiculous. I was like, is this for real? The reason that mine fucked me is because I've been to some 600s where it's just nasty outside.
Now,
Like,
that Xfinity
Xfinity race might be the worst I've ever been
600,
to.
That was, ooh,
Fuck.
that one was a beater.
And I always say that was ironic because that was the week where I was going, why the fuck does 600 got to be at 6 o'clock? Put it in the afternoon like it used to be. No, put it at 6 o'clock. I'm good with it staying at 6 after going to that Xfinity race. That was nasty. Fat fuckers falling over in the stands. It was
Pray for
bad.
Mike Harmon that day.
People that only drink beer and eat food with a lot of salt passing out in the stands. It's like, why'd you even fucking come here? It's like 9,000 degrees. That's one of them races where it's like, check your flag. All right, you ready? Let's fucking get out of here. During the stage breaks, I was going in and getting in the shade because there was like a big fan blowing right where you walk out to your seats, and I'd go in at the stage break and just stand under that. Got through it. Thank God it was a short race.
Darlington was okay.
Darlington
It
was
just
nice.
sunny.
Oh God, Saturday it was so goddamn
Yeah.
bright you couldn't see shit.
For me, it starts going up the hill, and you hit the braking zone, and then you get through the corner. That's where I have trouble, and then you go through some lefts and rights, and I have trouble all through there. And then I get to the far end of the racetrack, I got trouble over there. There's a long back straightaway, I got
Noah
trouble
looks like the
there.
kind of guy that sends
Right,
unsolicited
so I'm
dick
not
pics to
sure where
Instagram
through the
models.
track. I still have trouble there. I'm like, okay, we're getting to the end. I'm gonna do it, and I get to the end of the course, and not very good there either. So all of it is trouble for me.
Every time I see that Bass Pro Shops logo, I love that Photoshop. That's my ass, bro. Stop.
He's got this place figured out, huh?
Hey, he's up to third right now, so it can't be that bad.
I think he must be feeling better after he got the nausea medicine. But anytime you're running up front, you're gonna feel better. But that's a hilarious description of a guy that's always still trying to improve. It's self-deprecating humor, and Noah's one of the best for that.
Well, when you look like Noah does, you better have a sense of humor. Defecating.
Which route would you go in this situation?
I like all.
Good, because Noah makes me want to defecate.
I like that he can drive down in the corner hard. But Ross is a tough competitor, and he's an underdog type guy. He's in an underdog car. He's going to be giving it all he has to try to win this thing.
Yeah, and I'm agreeing with both of those. And then you have the field. The field has plenty of options, like what we saw earlier in the truck race. The leaders take each other out, and then the third place kind of squeaks on by.
And I think the field is rooting for Chastain to beat Chastain.
Now I'm rooting for Dickhead in third so I can get like $40 or whatever.
And it opens the door for all.
If Michael put a $2 bet down for me, it's 40. He didn't really say what he did.
Glad to have you with us.
Oh, for fuck's sake. The eternal cautions. I like that effect in the GTA 5 Chaos mod, eternal screams, where your character's just constantly going, ah, ah, screaming in pain. Got to remember to turn that hotspot off when this is over. I wonder if my internet's going to work good enough for me to watch Peacock after this. I want to watch an old episode of Raw. I've made it to the end of 2001. I watched the SmackDown where Stone Cold beat the shit out of Booker T in the grocery store. We have a can of whoop ass on aisle 2. What happened?
Dude on the shit posted page goes, why these two guys pit on the first lap? Right here.
Horrible strategy.
Nope. Oh, I love it.
I like the end when Booker T's laying on the fucking floor. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh. Rust chick on Jackass. Then the next episode on Raw, he chases Booker T to a church, and Booker T's hiding in the confessional or whatever, and he's like listening to people's confessions, and then eventually Stone Cold gets in the booth, and Booker T's like, tell me your sins, my son, and Stone Cold goes, well, I ain't sinned yet, but I'm about to, and it's going to be real, real bad. What? And Booker T runs out of the fucking church. They're playing bingo. A as in Austin 316. What? See, the point I'm watching on Peacock right now, the what chant had not become annoying yet, and it was still funny.
Checkered flag. The NASCAR Cup Series from Circuit of the Americas. Tomorrow, 3 Eastern on Fox. And the Fox Sports app. Coverage begins on FS1 with race day at 2.
It was all I could to stay off the telestrator right there and draw all over Joey.
Now our Xfinity fastest laps of the
Hey,
day.
Kurt, remember that time Joey spun you for no reason on the last lap at Daytona when you were running third?
Allmendinger is second. Sam Mayer is up there, who got his first career stage win. How about this? The Undertaker is driving the pace car.
Yeah, Undertaker's driving the pace car tomorrow.
WWE fame.
Okay,
Oh, I thought they meant like somebody was going to die in this race and they were just waiting to find out. Like one random detonation.
And we've confirmed he will not be driving.
It's like elimination. Like you're running last place for so long you get blown up.
That's bad humor, isn't it?
It is bad humor, ain't it?
We have the restart, and it's
11 to go.
inside lane got a good jump.
Noah.
You see some wheel spin.
I never thought I'd be cheering for Noah, but I want the money. Oh, big stack up. 5 wide. 6 wide. Mott Snyder got spun. Oh, nope, he saves it. They keep going. They're all good. Allmendinger gets the lead again. That's bad news. He held on to the lead, and he's already starting to check out.
Ross did a good job getting back to second there. He didn't have the best of launches in the restart zone, and able to get through turn 1 and 2 to be able to apply the pressure to the 16 still.
Keeps it.
Man,
18 ain't going to win tomorrow because I heard what Kyle was saying in practice.
Tire chatter. It's awesome.
Didn't he spin?
No, but he was very unhappy.
Turn 8 all the way to the grass. These guys don't even care about the curve. Turn 9, this is that launch.
But I guess if you pick 18 every fucking week, he might win eventually.
Gapped himself to be clear, no problem right now. I'll tell you, we're getting a little sneaky here from Austin Hill.
He's having a really nice day. What about Jeb Burton?
Yeah.
Who knew Jeb was a road racer? He has really managed his day quite well.
Undertaker's going to start complaining about NASCAR like he does modern pro wrestling. It ain't like it used to. There ain't enough people dying every week.
Here's in 28 here again.
That's Gallagher.
Thank you. I was wondering who that
Taker was bitching. He said these modern wrestlers aren't out drinking and partying and having a good time. They're too busy playing video games. Like, yeah. They're too busy living past the age of 40. Thank you very much.
More laps in road courses or around this racetrack in general. As they get more laps, you see the field get closer.
Unless you get AJ on a restart, you're probably not going to beat him. So the longer it runs, the less of a chance you have to beat him. They need restarts to beat AJ. You're not going to run him down and just pass him.
And drives back out in front of it, and back behind it you see the Gallagher spin.
Big run from the top side. A little bit too high, though.
Jamie?
Yeah, how about Austin Hill? Early on, he lacked some front turn. They got that fixed up, and he told me before he got in the car, I'm pretty confident when it comes to road course racing, and I think if we hit our marks, we'll be there to contend for the win with these guys at the end. And right now, this is the best.
Noah's getting passed by Jeb Burton because, of course, I betted on him.
Last year, he was 8th here in the truck race a season ago, and he wants
Oh,
revenge.
Sheldon Creed got spun out.
Because he was second in a home game last Saturday in Atlanta, and that's his teammate Sheldon Creed.
You see all these spins happening right now. That just tells me there's 10 laps to go. The intensity level is risen even higher. That you gotta go. And right now there's no give and take.
I don't know if you know this, guys, but with less laps to go in the race, you should race harder.
Yeah, this is where you break down the track of the passing zones, and then you have the aggressive areas where you can chop the curving and try to max gain for your lap
Parker
time.
Kligerman, top
And
10.
When that mixes together with somebody on a different plan.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th is a thing of beauty right now. Jeb Burton, Jeremy Clements, Brett Moffitt, Parker Kligerman, and Ryan Sieg.
They had to make a pit stop, so he loses a ton of position.
I'll tell you though, this is when it's elbows out.
Ross is staying with AJ. He was about a second back. Now he's about 6/10 back.
Spread out, and you're not seeing that back.
You can't let AJ check out, though.
Everything into the race right now, and Sieg throwing it in.
You got to run perfect laps just to stay with him.
He was disappointed last week, leading at the white flag lap in his home race. He's from Tucker, Georgia, and I know their expectations for today were very low because road racing is just not his thing. If they can find their way into the top 10,
Noah's going backwards.
who's finished outside the top 12.
Noah hit somebody. Calls a caution.
Landon Castle getting in the mix here. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Noah looks like a speed bump all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is when there's multiple lines, and this is where there's good chances for contact.
Oh, boy.
You gonna let him live? Yeah, he gave him room.
And at that point, the 9 has to give the 27 room as they hound each other through the carousel here.
Yep, that's where you have that sixth sense to know that dude's coming in my door if I pinch him, so I need to swing a little wide and use the excess racetrack. Noah made a good move there. Burton's all over him.
Without a caution, this deal is over.
Is there in the 51. Veteran driver made the
My leaderboard says we have a caution. And we have a caution with 10 to go.
on a road course at Road America. The caution is out. Debris once again.
I think on a road course they could let you race back to the line. We have a 4-course caution for debris again.
Box everybody back up. It puts a heat cycle on tires. Everybody's kind of sized each other up to see where they're running better or worse on the track. This is getting good. Damn.
Gee, I bet it's off the 19 car.
Car clean, buddy.
going to be a whole lot more of that between now and the checkers. We'll step aside. A.J. Allmendinger leading. He's led 8.
Cars run better when that tire carcass is still on your tire, you know. Got debris off the 99, a tire carcass is on the track, the 19's fucked up. Race is pretty much a carbon copy of the truck race almost, with the way these cautions are coming out late. Oh my God.
The Undertaker driving the pace car tomorrow.
You know why CM Punk is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers? Because he was the first guy to ever look Vince McMahon in the eye and be like, hey, well, he's not the first to ask this, but what he says at the end of the conversation, he was the first guy to ever do. He said, what am I doing at WrestleMania? Well, I see you fighting the Undertaker. Great. So tell me, what does losing to a 50-year-old man who wears eyeliner do for my career? Well, it's a big match. You're wrestling the Undertaker. Yeah, but what does that do for me? He's not going to be on Raw the next day. I will be. Good call.
I'm coming out of turn 11 all the way down the long back stretch into turn 12. I can see all the stadium beautifully. This is the best seat in the house if you want to see some good racing. One thing I've
It was a great fucking match, though.
Turn 15, every other car is diving in.
Even if the wrong guy won.
On the door, the outside guy. So I expect that to get even more. I'm letting my driver know who's aggressive.
If Brock Lesnar didn't break the streak, I would have had Punk do it and cheat to do it and make him the biggest fucking heel in the history of pro wrestling. Have him cheat to fucking beat the streak and go around telling everybody about it. That's what I would have done. Because they just turn around and have Brock beat him the next year, which fine, that worked. But if I could have done it, I'd have had Punk do it and cheat to do it.
Breath climbing these stairs. So, you know, one thing that the average fan doesn't...
Cautions at every road course sucks. Especially Road America and COTA.
They get your attention. So, a lot of places like this and even short tracks that we go to, it's amazing how much you
I feel like we've been at 9 to go for the last 45 minutes.
Pointing or whatever.
And there's a fan up there with your umbrella.
And pit road just now got opened.
I was going to point that out. You can use an umbrella to defend yourself from the wind.
So you got a few pitting here. This is putting on your last set of tires. You're going to have to go through the whole field, so it's going to be very hard and challenging for these guys. But this is a shot for them to maybe make something happen.
Absolutely. Like, we're just running in the back, got nothing to lose. Let's let it rip.
Ty Gibbs is in, and that likely is an old
Cautions are going to put me to sleep.
because he had already pitted 3 times today for stickers when things got out of balance. And what do you see?
If you want to beat AJ, you're going to have to beat him up on a restart.
Limited on tires here, so those are 7-lap scuffed tires that just went on the 54. Little hood damage. It's been a rough day for Ty Gibbs. It started early. You see that hood crumpled up. They put that barrel on there. Slap it down, good to go.
Hey, I saw a lot of stickers going on, though. I mean, they could. Some of these guys put together a run here. If they keep it clean, keep your momentum up, and dodge the wrecks, you can work your way back up. And that's how the truck race turned out. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. We do have some audio on the 21 with Hill.
Not really sure what happened, but like going through 7, 8, 9, the car started.
Lady Castle's 4th after I was calling him a disappointment earlier.
I don't really know what was going on. The fuel pressure gauge was doing something funky. It was like 15 all the way to 6.
Uh-oh.
That's usually not good.
There's some pickup issues or something. You're sloshing, let's do the S's where he's talking. You're sloshing fuel in the cell back and forth there. I don't know. It could be a pickup issue. It sounds like his fuel pressure gauges bouncing around.
Yeah, that's the best way as a driver to think about things. And it's our first road course race of the year, and there could be some trash in one of the pickups that's holding up progress.
The best news for him is, we're down inside of 10 laps to go, so not a long way to go.
That's a lot of speedy dry getting put down.
And, it looks like it's, we're going to have some more time here because of the fluid.
Great.
Jamie,
good news, guys. This caution is going to be longer than the others.
Had a great run going, top 10 for a while, and then he had a little hiccup, and they thought something had broken in the left rear. They brought it down. They said the housing is broken. Axle looks
I'm too
fine.
tired today for this.
But all the way back there outside the top 25 now.
Yeah, I hate that for him. Noted road racer. Comes from Canada. Speaks fluently 2 languages, both French and English. One of the more entertaining personalities down in the garage. Won a Xfinity Series championship. And driving for Mario Gosselin. Now, Gosselin's got 2 titles as an owner on the Pinty side of things. But you think about what they brought to the table. Last week had 2 drivers get career best.
Well, 92 belongs to Mario Gosselin. That's the car owner.
All other guys have been good. Each of them qualified.
So Ross Chastain is driving for Mario Gosselin.
Shot to go out and win this thing. I think it's safe to say, especially this weekend, we can call Mario Gosselin Super Mario.
I like it.
That's great development for a team. That's what you want to see in NASCAR.
Oh, the kids are back. God damn it, 8 laps to go. We finally got some, guys.
And then you're going out cherry picking some quality drivers.
Look at these kids not watching the race.
And getting the foundation built up with their notes.
Oh, there's another one. That's a 3-fer. Wow, 4 kids in one shot. Man, Fox is so excited. That's that. Fuck it. We got a long caution. Let's show the goddamn kids, man. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. We got to show them.
Including Miguel Paludo in the 88.
All the hairpins are tough, and there's going to be some carnage and bumping and checking up. And just saw the accordion effect right there.
That was lap 1. And here we go, teammates here.
Sorry, excuse me.
Look at that slow motion replay of a single car spin. That's exhilarating stuff right there, Fox.
AJ Allmendinger winning his 2nd stage of the year.
This is where it headed south for Ty Gibbs. Got right front tire going down, and just never seems like they've been able to bounce back throughout the day.
From one teenager to another, Sam Mayer, 18 years old, winning our 2nd stage, his first career stage victory.
Yeah, Bubba's been having trouble with 2nd gear. There's a crew guy in there trying to help out with the shifting mechanism to see if they can't make something out of it, eh? And then now we got the quickie dry action. Whew. That made that stadium section tough. And now we got all of this quickie dry that they put down.
Speedy dry. Don't call it quickie dry.
When you have all of that mixed into all the
quickie dry sounds like you come home from work and dry hump your wife on your lunch break and then go back to work. Quickie dry.
Fixing up the racetrack. Here, you want to check in, see how he's doing?
Let's check in with Dinger.
Dinger Nation, it's Logano in the booth. You got me?
I got you, the Joe. How we doing?
The Joe. I'm doing good, but I'm not doing as good as you are. You got a rocket ship.
How you doing? How's that car? Is it fast? Yeah, it's pretty fast, Joey. Just trying to stay up front. All right, 10-4. Talk to you later. Good luck.
Sitting outside of your door there. Austin Hill looking for a win. You got a lot of heat on
Chastain
you.
and Allmendinger
feeling?
hit each other out of the way. Boy, it's going to be a fight for this win.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little.
Maybe.
We're doing all right, man. Good green ag solution. Camaro is pretty good, but we know how these restarts go. Anything can happen, so, still 6 laps doesn't seem like a long way, but that's a long way around here, so we'll do everything we can.
All right, we know you will. Fun to watch, man.
All right, do everything you can.
Appreciate it, bud.
I was going to throw in some quick math. What's 6 times 20?
Yeah, they're going to restart with 6 to go, because guess what? We get another lap of caution.
He's been incredible in his career when it comes to road course racing. First victory when he was driving in the Cup Series at Watkins Glen. Got another win last year at the Cup level, of course, with Colleague. The first win for that organization in Indianapolis. And you see what he's been able to do in the Xfinity car when it comes to road racing across the board. This guy has been a difference maker, and I know this is a relationship that you've had with AJ for a long time, Coleman.
Yeah, I've worked with AJ. He was actually my first guy I ever spotted for. Super aggressive guy. Someone that you want in this position at the end of a road course race. Someone that isn't afraid to, go toe-to-toe with Ross Chastain. One thing I noticed about AJ right here, Kurt brought up the speedy drive through turns 13 and 14. AJ was the only guy in the top 10 that ran through the speedy drive, shook his car back and forth, throttled down to see how much grip it's going to have. He's going to be the first one to experience it as long as he keeps the lead going into turn 12. I have a feeling he's going to have the best idea of how much grip that's actually going to have also.
Yeah, it's always a chess match and a gauge of if you want to drive through the quickie dry, get your tires all caked up with stuff. But it's also a way to see how it's developing and see what the grip level is going to be. I think it's going to be slick ball city through that stadium section. But let's check in with.
Why didn't Brock Lesnar say that at WrestleMania? That would have got over.
He's got a shot
Slick ball city.
Down into turn 1. So. Hey, Chastain, this is Kurt Busch, Joey Logano.
Oh, we get another interview.
Alexander in the booth. You got us? All right, we just checked in with Allmendinger. We have his game plan up here. What's your game plan? Hey, Chastain.
That's exciting stuff.
With Allmendinger, we've got his game plan. What's your game plan right now to try to get the W today? Yeah,
You're out of range.
Yeah, he's that turn 11. He's a bigger antenna. We'll maybe talk with him as he gets a little closer.
How about you leave him the fuck alone, because I'm pretty sure they're coming to the green.
Starting to double file up. This is where you gotta position yourself to get your tires cleaned up and to be ready for go. So
Remember when Chase did Rallycross and got hit with a DQ? Because yeah.
That's right,
Now,
better antenna.
I love mocking the Boomers, and it was funny to see them freak out when they DQ'd Chase, but I think they DQ'd him in that rally race for a pretty weak little slight bit of contact. I don't know if you remember that when Chase was in that Rallycross race. They DQ'd him. He won, but they're, oh, well, you bumped a guy. It's like he barely really did anything, and they DQ'd him. I thought that was a pretty bitch move on their part, but it was still funny. You can't disqualify Chase.
We'll see what it's got. All right, hey, 2 weeks in a row. Look, Kyle Weatherman right here finished 8th in this car last week. They've had 2 good runs.
You can't do that.
And what an incredible story this is. Ross Chastain was not going to be in this car until Monday.
Of course, my dad bitched about that for 2 weeks, I think.
With a chance to win. How crazy is that? Normally, you prepare weeks and weeks in advance. As a driver, as a team, together, you guys come over with the setups.
Love Chase, hate his fans. That's how I feel. I really think highly of Chase as a talent and as a person, but his fucking fans are nut jobs.
Tomorrow, the most important race for him. And he gets this last-minute ride and a shot to win.
I love it.
Pretty cool.
I love it. He's doing racer stuff. He just loves to be a racer. Give him the wheel, and he's going to go after it. I mean, I had that happen one time in my career. Was Brad Keselowski got hurt at a test session, and they said, "Hey, drive the Xfinity car at Watkins Glen." I'm like, "Sure, I'm in." I was able to win it.
You and Tom Gordon got it done.
Yeah, me and Todd Gordon.
Oh, Todd Gordon.
Yeah. So how many Xfinity wins you got at road courses, Joey?
I got 3.
Where are they at?
All at Watkins Glen, one track wonder over here.
I got 2 at Watkins Glen. All right, you got me beat. Wait a minute. You don't have any at other tracks?
I've never raced
6 to
another
go.
track at the Xfinity
AJ, Ross, Austin Hill, Landon Castle, Noah, Jeb Burton. There's going to be a big pile up in turn one of these restarts.
This is about these guys with 7 to go. It's on.
6 to go, Kurt. 6 to go. Another good start by AJ. They're fanning out. Noah to the inside for third. Oh, Noah. Nowhere to go. Oh, there's spin. Ross got spun out right in front of the whole damn field. They funnel around him. AJ gets away with the lead. Austin Hill's second. Noah's up to third.
I feel bad talking to him on the radio now. Man, restart is under review.
Restart's under review.
Focused on.
I mean, if anybody jumped it, it would have been Ross, right? But he didn't make it.
All these curbs shaving off track time.
Or unless they're just reviewing somebody a couple of rows back or something.
All right, I think we got a blimp view from overhead. We'll go back and check restart.
Instead of this battle for the lead with 6 to go, let's watch the restart again. Well, there was a big stack of... They're going to say that car back there jumped out of line. Well, hell, if he didn't, he was going to get his ship pushed in.
Ross drives it in there pretty deep. Everything's looking good. Just tagged a little bit by the 10.
He got Landon Castle rolled.
Racing to me. It just seems...
There's the audio on 92.
Yeah, it was all Landon Castle. AJ hasn't completely checked out yet, but he's slowly starting to build a gap over Hill and Noah.
That whole funnel effect and the way the track even turns off.
Now that we've missed an entire, like, half a lap of racing watching a replay.
When they built this racetrack, they knew what they were doing. They're opening it up for dive bomb moves like that, and that's what happens.
Jeremy Clements is fourth.
Allmendinger starting to put some distance between himself and second place Austin Hill. Noah Gregson is third.
Sam Mayer wants to play the role of Zane Smith in this race.
The rest of the top 5. Cole Custer, after the speeding penalty, has worked his way to 6. Keep an eye on him, especially if we were to get another caution.
5 to go this time.
You miss nothing. 5 laps remaining.
We're going side by side with 5 to go. It's okay, AJ's got it 1 anyway. It's fucking over. Unless they fuck up and have another caution. Noah can't even hold off Jeremy Clements. Noah, you're fucking useless. Oh, he tried to block him. Oh, he made Clements overdrive the corner, and it cost them both. Because now Jeb Burton is passing both of them. Way to go, Noah. You're a dumb fuck. Damn, Jeb Burton up to 4th. As soon as this race is over, I'm ending the stream so I get off my fucking hotspot. This is a really well-designed racetrack. It's just really big. But I like it. It's going to take something falling out of the sky to take this race away from AJ. Jeremy Clements knocking Jeb Burton out of line. Between Jeb, Clements, and Noah, there could be some shit going down here. I was going to say, Fox, wow, I could see so much from that camera view. The only car anywhere close to AJ's Hill, but he's not close enough. Can we pretend the race for the win is for third place?
Series at Circuit of the Americas, AJ Allmendinger leads. Austin Hill is second.
Because then it would be exciting right now.
For the time being, Jeff Burton is third, but he has been penalized for cutting the course.
Jeb Burton got a black flag.
Get on the wrong side of the rumble.
Said Jeb Burton cut the course.
Yeah, let's look and see what happens. You see 27 there in the front of this.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got more than 4 tires on the other side of that curbing. Kurt and I both this morning were talking to NASCAR.
Clements ain't far off from cutting the course, but his left sides were touching the curb. Jeb had all 4 tires like way down there.
So it's a very tricky spot. Right? You want a straight line that is.
Yeah, Jeb's got to do a pass through.
But it's a little bit. If you get a little bit off on one, it sends you over on the other too far, and you have 4 tires on the other side of the curb.
That is such a wide range of options. After
Oh man, they're showing us the black flag. You cut the racetrack. You're gonna have to bring it into the pits.
And made that little mistake. Oh.
I can tell you, if he finished third today, I mean, that team would consider that a win. That would have been so big for them, and now he's probably, going to be the last car on the lead lap.
And now he's just creating a blocking. And now we got 51, Clements. Shortcutting turns.
Clements, Jeremy Clements.
Have got to serve a pass-through penalty.
These are 2 drivers that were in.
Oh yeah, they did black flag. So Burton and Jeremy Clements both have been black flagged for cutting the course.
Consider where they fit into the equation as far as points and trying to.
So that means Custer and Gregson will be 3rd and 4th.
It's getting crazy out there. Allmendinger and Hill have checked out, and this group back here is now folding up, making mistakes.
And look who's going to.
There comes Clements and Jeb serving their penalties.
Now he's way back there, 10 seconds behind the leaders. But should we get another caution, the 07 is right back in the game as far as having a chance to win this thing.
Oh, for sure. For sure he needs another caution. That's the only way.
It's the only way anybody's going to get anything done is if there's another caution.
Clements has to serve a penalty? No. I held him off here, but it is such a game changer at the end when you're making these split-second decisions.
Clements hasn't served his penalty yet.
And your heart rate's up. I mean, the way that all these guys are pushing hard, and that's the highest from hearing from the producer that his heart rate has been all day. These are when those little mistakes pop up.
What's up, Coleman?
Yeah, hey, we're just talking about Cole Custer and the run he's making here in these last handful of laps. He's doing a very good job of managing, respect for these series regulars, but also trying to get the most for his team in case we do get one of these late race cautions. If he can get this last spot here on the 51 Jeremy Clements here in this next lap, he could restart 3rd on the back bumper of AJ Allmendinger. That gives him an opportunity to win. But at the same point, he's giving these guys around him, the 51, the 9, the 31, 48, he's giving them respect in their season-long.
For the love of God, I don't know if I want another caution or not, because it's going to take forever, and I don't think anybody's going to beat AJ regardless.
Right now, I think that could be AJ's run for the checkers.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Coleman. And if I'm Custer right now, knowing that Clements has got to make a penalty stop anyway, just get out of the way.
Yeah,
don't race your car or anything. If I'm Cole, that's what I'm thinking. But it is always, as a driver, you're thinking, well, maybe they'll reverse the call, But that never
not going to happen.
It never happens.
Jeremy did the right thing there. He let Custer and Noah go because he's got a pit anyway. How did Mike Snyder end up in the top 5?
It is what it is.
Let's give some love to Austin Hill.
Fuck.
Wins at Daytona in the season opener. He's a rookie for Richard Childress Racing. Second last week at Atlanta, running second today. This is his 3rd top 2 in 6 races. That's really nice stuff out of the 21.
And the races that he hasn't finished up front, he's had an issue. Not because he wasn't fast.
2 to go this time.
Things that just happen. Racing luck.
We're a lap away from being home free.
Yeah, it seems like a perfect situation for him to come out of the trucks, jump in with RCR. It shows he was ready for the transition of jumping up.
Maya Snyder, another guy that's running really good for Jordan Anderson. He hasn't.
Jade Bifford's going to get a top 10.
He restarted late last week at Atlanta on the front row.
Miguel Paludo's going to get a top 10.
And really got no fruit for his labor there, but he's in position for a top 5. Sam Mayer stays out to win the second stage. He's making a nice comeback inside the top 10. Some really good stories there as you go 6th on back.
I can look out my window without even moving the curtain.
If you remember the beginning of the race,
It's a fucking wind tunnel in
we
here.
thought were going to be really fast in this thing. One was AJ for sure. Ty Gibbs
Dale,
thought
no.
he would have a shot to
I got a
win.
Dale
Something about
Earnhardt
it.
blanket over the window.
Who else we have?
Dale, no.
Custer had a speeding penalty. He's got himself back to 3rd, but and Ross Chastain, the other car that we thought was good, that got spun out. So, right now, AJ is the last of the fast cars that's up front right now. The rest of them have just...
Riley Herbst about to get spun out. You hear them tires?
That had trouble. It gets back sometimes to just fundamentals. And AJ is one of the most fundamental guys on road courses that gets the job done each time. Hill's starting to show that. He's been very impressive to start the season here for the Xfinity car.
And now AJ.
AJ just cruising.
Wants to get back to the white flag.
Few more corners, and they'll be at the white flag.
Another restart.
That's what he's hoping and praying for, but again, he's done everything right today, and there's no reason why he can't fend off another one. But I'd say with Hill and then the group that's back, they're just battling this out from 3rd on back.
Oh, he went all
It's
four
interesting to
inside the
see. And
screen.
I mean, he came in for tires, road course guys, running P8 right now. He worked his way back up into the top 10.
Miguel Paludo was wrecked lap 1. He's in the top 10.
It's really cool on how you just keep battling at these road courses and find the right spots to be when others have trouble towards the end.
It happens in every road course. You can be 15th on the final restart, and next thing you know, you're running 7th or 8th, and you're like, what the heck just happened? Because it just becomes chaos, and we saw that on the restarts.
The 20 right here, you'll see me right now.
Front straightaway for AJ Allmendinger. He'll see the white flag this time around. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
All right, AJ.
1 to go. We're almost done.
90%.
He's good to go. He got 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't lock him up. Don't miss a gear. Look good to lead if you don't use it.
What force of nature or act of God could interfere here and keep AJ from winning?
A good point stay for him, of course.
Because that's what it's going to take.
Hill battled back and got those points. There's a bunch of front runners that you'll see later in the year. And days like today where you cash in on stage points and a good solid finish, it's just
a happy day.
Oh, yeah.
First 4 races of the year in the Xfinity Series, we had 4 different winners. Last week, Ty Gibbs becomes the first repeat victor. But looking to make it 5 out of 6 today as AJ Allmendinger looks for his first checkered flag of the season.
And I can't
turn 11.
I can't stress how good AJ is enough. Not only does he have speed.
Why'd you take his ride, Joey?
To the back after they won the first stage. They went through the field and look at this car. Not a mark on it. Not a mark on it. He went through the whole field and didn't hurt his race car. So he's got racing knowledge and speed. That's why he wins these things.
And we talked to him on the radio, and we said, what's your game plan? And he's like, I just got to protect this car.
I'm going to get another top 3 with my bet.
You do it methodically, and you do it with a calculated type of effort. And that's what we're seeing here today.
This is one of the guys you'll be racing tomorrow in the Cup race. Double duty for AJ.
Good luck for me, huh?
I'm going to look for him in my mirror.
Yeah.
Solid execution off turn 15. We've got carousel now. 16, 17, 18. There's like a quadruple apex through here to the right.
He was running full-time in Cup, had won there. Starting to hear the R word, retirement. Then he's running part-time for Matt Collick. He said, I'll go full-time in the Xfinity Series.
No, he was hearing the A word, Adderall. That's why he's not in Cup anymore.
Last year, and he's about to get his first
But he's
win
going to
in
get the checkered
2022.
flag.
He's the best on road courses. This is his 7th career road course victory. AJ Allmendinger does it at Circuit of the Americas.
He's going to kill the flag man. AJ won. Yay, AJ won. Because I'm on my data, I'm ending the stream now because I don't want to burn up any more data, even though I get new data in like a week. So thank you for watching. Go AJ. Good for him. Good night, and I'll...
Doing burnouts before anybody.